We should be back on your screens, and hopefully we'll be back in real time this time.
Yes, we're not in the past anymore. We have upgraded to the present. We're ready. Wasprint. We've seen, like, I didn't think I'd have that many clips to try and look for. That was Contact Central. That seems to be people just feeling each other out. These reverse championship grid sprints can just cause up this little bit of carnage. We've definitely seen that today. Looking forward, though, into the main race, we will have a qualifying, right? So I should hopefully give us a bit more stability, get the super fast guys at the front, the people that are a little bit less fast in the middle, and maybe we won't see as much carnage, but I don't know about you, TK. I love that. That was bang.
It was indeed. We're being told that the stream has fixed Huzzah. However, it might have cut off midway through Ben's clip. So are we able to go back and get that instant once more from yourself?
Yes.
But yes, we're being told we're back live, and that is very, very fortunate.
Yeah, we'll look at the clip from Tiamat Marduk, Ben. I'll wait to make sure that that's working there. We should be able to see it any second. I think even I've just got a little bit of delay maybe in the stream. I'm not too sure because I can't see that, but I will play it for you, assuming that you can see it at this time. As we're seeing, coming lap 9, gets a little bit of contact with Meraki at the back. That's what we're looking at. Let's jump that back and get it right for you. Okay, so in 7th place, Meraki in 8th with those tyres. Ben closes the door there, nothing wrong with that. Who's at fault here? You see the red arrow? Boom.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Tiamat Marduk come in too early, or
are you
did
serious?
Meraki get the touch there? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. What do you think, TK?
I think it's a tough one. You're always going to be struggling to go side by side through that corner. It's a very, very tight corner as you run through Aintree up towards that Wellington straight. Personally, it's not one where I'd stick a nose in, but like we said, it's a sprint race. There's only 9 laps, and that is exactly what you want to... you need to get every point here. We're being told there's another one later too. Did we show the contact lap 9 with Persia in Sector 2?
With Persia in Sector 2, let me look and see what we have. We've had a bunch of clips so far. We have Sevi's last lap with Persia. Yes, of course, we have this right here. Let me see. I'll just go on to Sevi's point of view. Let me know when you're ready, TK, and we'll get that up and ready for you.
2 seconds. So, there we go.
Persia and Sevi get a little bit of contact here. Let's see what happens.
Cuidado con Perja, que es francés, ¿eh? La última vez que...
No te tiré, no te tiré, no te tiré.
¿Estás tirándose ahí, tío?
¿Qué haces? Te tiré, no te tiré.
What do we think? Coming in, very slow. Looks like there could have just been enough space, but like Sevi would needed to be pitch perfect there to kind of get it done. Very unfortunate for both drivers.
¿Estás tirándose ahí, tío?
¿Qué haces, tío?
Thankfully, we weren't fighting.
¿Estás tirándose ahí, tío?
¿Qué haces?
But you know, like these things do happen, and just in case everything was not working as well, let's look at what happened to Razin as well, our world champion at a career series. Let's see what happened to him. He was coming in to the very start of that, into turn 3, gets the jump on the Guerra, but just maybe breaks a little bit too late. Gets a little bit of contact there and spins out, and cars need to take avoidant action. Very unlucky for him. Very unfortunate for him, and yeah, we obviously had Hayden at the start of the race, but yeah, there we go, guys. That's kind of what happens. Persia forced him to use the curb, he didn't. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. You guys will make up your own opinions. It's very, very tough to see a track like this and get everyone out there safely. We did see a bunch of incidents, but you know what? I'm just going to keep bringing them to you guys. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, it's a real tough one. I think in the first incident with MKZ, there was probably enough room to be able to go across the curve there, or the driver on the outside just leaving enough room. Per, you're actually coming into chat. My bad, I'm in front, but maybe I could have left enough space. It's one of those things, in the heat of the moment, you sometimes, you might battle a little bit too hard, but at the end of the day, at the Career Series, it's all love and friendship, and they shake hands and they move on, don't they?
Exactly, because, the world loves a good contact clip, don't they? The social media loves a who was at fault, one of those ones. So yeah, as long as these guys are getting good content for themselves, having fun for their communities, everyone getting involved, for having a great Saturday night, daytime, depending on where you are in the world, yeah, amazing stuff. I'm really looking forward to this qualifying now. I like this format because everyone's just had a chance to just kind of get right in there and get used to the track. Now what we're going to see is these guys optimize that time with having a decent amount of practice. I almost view the sprint race as like practice for the qualifying, right?
Yeah, exactly that. Obviously, it's their initial preparations. They get a feel for how the track's going to run, how the other drivers are feeling that afternoon. But it'll be interesting to see how our drivers fare this afternoon. I can give you another little bit of information. Last time around when we raced here at Silverstone, ironically, it was another fan-voted GP back in Season 4, round number 10. And we had a wet qualifying here, or at least intermediate conditions. So we haven't got much to compare it to in terms of time. But it is interesting. I've got the full qualifying order, and it'll be interesting to see how our drivers differ up this time around.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and who's obviously going to go for the inters point? Like that can make a big difference. We do see a lot of drivers really going for it. Everyone has to have TK, correct me if I'm wrong, but by the 11th minute, I think it was, or the 12th minute, everyone has to have done their intermediates lap. You no longer cannot wait to the end of the qualifying session. It must get it done right away and then get on to your dry tyres to actually put in your final lap.
Yeah, I believe you're absolutely correct. I'm just double checking that first 6 minutes of the qualifying session actually. So first third of that is when the intermediate championship will come into play. So yeah, drivers will have to get out, get them set early, and that could really affect a few drivers. Obviously, mentality or balance of the car. They've got to prep for that inters lap if they want to go for it. There's nothing forcing them to go for it, of course, but it will be a nice little bonus point for some of them.
I mean, it's 7 points, right? Like, I mean, championships have been decided for less. Like, if you're a competent driver continuously getting into the top 5, like that, those points could be the difference between first and seconds. Like, you just don't know, right? Like 7 points, is that like getting like second place in a sprint? You know, like it adds up like over the course of the season. So I'm kind of not surprised they're going for it. I like to see it as well, because it does test the drivers a little, gives us something new to watch, and saves the drivers' tires. So I kind of feel like it just works for everyone.
Yeah, I think it works, benefits for everyone. Obviously, get that spare set of tyres to use in the race. It is indeed a very long race, so that spare set of tyres could come in clutch for a few of our drivers, but also it gives the fans at home some fantastic entertainment to look out for as well. Just going through this qualifying session as a reference for last time, the qualifying result was it was a 1:37.4, and it was Meraki who took pole last time here at Silverstone. So let's go have a look at how our qualifying session lands this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm looking at Meraki. I'm curious to see what he's going to do. He always goes for the intermediate point. Last week he actually made a bit of an error and I think didn't get out in time or something like that. He didn't put a time and get put all the way down to the bottom. I'm going to see what he's doing. Is he going to play around the day? Is he going to do a last to first? Is he actually going to really try? Because I genuinely think on, like, do you know how you, like, everyone gets to that level where, like, it's the separated of skillness is by if they're having a good day. Like, see Meraki on a good day, he's nearly unbeatable, if you know what I mean. Same as a lot of other these drivers. See when they're having a good day, like, you're not going to touch them. And it sometimes just depends on who's having the right day, right?
Exactly that. Obviously, qualifying is a test of mental fortitude, especially around a track like Silverstone. You have to be mentally prepared for every single corner as it comes, and especially as you head through Sector 2, the Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. Obviously, those series of corners, they can come at you really quickly if you're not prepared to head into there with absolutely no hesitations.
Yeah, exactly. I do love this track. It always gets some spicy action because it's wide at certain parts. Like, it's a lot of overtaking happening, but it has these corners that just create iconic moments throughout the years, and I just absolutely love to see that. We're on board with Safso getting ready for his intermediate lap. He is a reigning champion, Safso. We've seen some good performances out of him, but nothing to sort of give us that title contender opportunity yet. But he's definitely got it in him. He's a very, very fast driver. He just needs to put it together. Hopefully he can start with this.
Yeah, Safso is one of those drivers that you know he's always going to be consistent. He qualified 7th last time around in Silverstone, actually finished 7th as well. And that'll be very, very crucial for himself. Finished P4 last time around in Japan, of course. Some fantastic points coming his way. I think that's either fourth or not. No, it's 9th. My apologies, I can't read my own handwriting there. 9th last time out for Safso. So yeah, a very consistent driver. He's good around Silverstone. He'll be consistent here. So I think as long as he has a good qualifying session, we might see him up in the points paying positions.
Yeah, I'm not looking at him for like a playoffs contender. I think he's going to be very comfortably aware of that. But let's see what he can do. Coming into turn 1, And these intermediate tyres can't really go full out the same way you would. So it's a little bit of a test to see what you can do. Into turn 3, it really is really crucial to get the right lines here. Go as wide as you can into this left hand and get the foot down into the first DRS section of the track. And a very famous overtaking point in that track as well. We do see that Haas behind. Hopefully enough space has been left. It looks good. Coming into this left-hander is where it can all go wrong if you don't set yourself up for this right-hander. It's a very difficult, very awkward corner, and it's very important because the corner exit takes you to such a long straight where if you don't get that right, you can just get swallowed up by 1, 2, 3 cars that are within a couple of tenths of you.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Hayden Gullis, I think, had a bit of an incident back in turn number 1. He just lost it as they went through farm. The Red Bull Racing driver either just moving to the side of the track or not finding much grip on the intermediates. But Safso continuing to blast through. Maggis Beckett through Chapel as well. And down the hanger straight they go towards Stowe and Vale. Now, final few corners to navigate with. The Haas behind him just dropping off ever so slightly. That will be Chesnoid Gaming. So those two following pretty much in sync as they head out for their first hot laps here. Interesting to note, and this is one thing that I think that 6-minute timer has really brought out for a lot of our drivers. You don't get as much free space as you might have in previous rounds. You have to go out, you have to follow with some of these, but it's a 129.5 for Safso on the intermediates, 130.2 for Chesnoid Gaming just behind him. AlphaTauri of that guy Vince just nips in between. Tom will be next to cross the line in P17. He's just starting his hot lap indeed, so it will be a Williams, and then it will be Razin Chai himself.
Yeah, definitely. Razin coming in with a 129.7 into second place, just showing that Safso's time very, very strong. But Elway Yuri coming in with a 129.4, 1-4, about a tenth ahead. That is the new time to beat. We have a lot of drivers trying it out though. I'm looking at Meraki, I'm looking at Alex, I'm looking at TMN Marduk. Will have to be going for these, you would think, to get that extra point. GB coming around, what's it going to be? It's not going to be enough. It's going to be a 129.8. He needs to find a little bit more time there. Him Skyzy, very fast contender, wants that first place, gets that first place. 129.3, but taken immediately by Alex Gillen into the .2s. 129.2, TK.
Yeah, Tim and Malik just slotting in with a 129.3. Sevi, our reserve driver, comes in. Oh, he's on the soft tyre, bear in mind, 26.7. I thought he'd done that something phenomenal there. He has. It's a good lap time. But I thought he'd just gone set like 2.5 seconds quicker on the intermediate. So I'll pull that up so drivers have reference of who's doing what. Tom 97 crosses the line, takes intermediate pole as things stand, 29 flat for himself. Next to across the line will be Tom, as he went out a little bit later for his outlap as they head through Vale now round Club. And what can Tom put down this time around? It's looking all right as they round the final corner. Across the line, it will be a 29.7. Good enough for P7 in the Inters. Meraki just behind him, slotting in with a 129.4. And not long left to go with this Inters Championship.
Yeah, Tom 97's nailed it so far. He's like 2 tenths ahead. Like, that's banging. There's still a couple of guys that might be able to take it off him. I also like completely lost it when Sevi got that time. I was like, mate, he just absolutely nailed that Inters and then didn't think. So we both had that moment there. But yeah, no, we've got been Persia. Persia, what can Persia do? Coming in his last couple of corners, very fast driver who's been so unlucky recently. Looking to be a decent fast time. Is it going to be enough? No, it's not. It's going to put him into 7th place, 129.4. All the drivers quite closely around, but Tom 97 absolutely nailed it. But Infratic, just coming straight into the pit. Obviously has intermediate. Is that the other Ferrari there? That was nearly chaos. That could have been DNF. That could have been so spicy, TK.
That could have been drama between teammates, and I think they fortunately just avoided it. They will both head back into the pits nice and safely this time around. But everybody else just heading into the pits. I believe our 6-minute timer has gone. Assuming we started on the 8 minutes, so there we go. That will be the Inters. Now, the real battle starts for pole position here, Scott. Obviously, ignore what it says in the top left-hand side of your screen. I don't believe it's a full qualifying session. It is just a short qualifying. So once this time is up, it will be onto the race.
Yes, indeed. Just quickly looking at Tiamat Marduk's point of view, I can quickly show you before people start putting a lap in if you want. Quite funny. I do love to see that. As we've got 10 minutes left, we're looking at Persia right now, who is in 7th place. Is he going out again in the intermediate times, or is he coming in?
I think he's on his way in.
He's on his way in. I was quickly looking at teammate Marduk. If we could go to the clip book for 1 second, I'll show you what happened there from his point of view.
We can indeed.
Yeah, definitely. Bang, here we go. So, teammate Marduk coming in. I think he knows that I was probably going to put this. Because he gives us a little wave, but
Not Jake.
misses out. Has to get a point. Validated.
For now.
The accusatory.
No, it's not for now, it's done.
To the
Yeah, it's done
broadcast.
because after
And
6
there we
minutes,
go.
you're done.
Teammate antics. That could have been a lot worse. Just saying.
He got very fortunate to be able to go round him as they headed into that pit lane. I think he was just waving to Emphatic there as well. Obviously just saying hello to his teammate. Maybe a little bit of gloating that he will get that first opportunity to get in then out again within that Ferrari garage. Emphatic not yet setting a lap time among 5 other drivers here. Matty D, Hayden Gullis, Hoodie P and Curbs. Those 6 drivers that have yet to go out, deciding not to compete in the Inters Championship this time around.
Yeah, definitely. So, on board with Safso, I love Safso. He's such a nice guy. The rock star of the Creator Series with that banging hair. I want to see the best out from him, so good luck to him. We're also on board with Hoodie Pete, who is one of our reserves and one of the F2 drivers, getting his chance, getting his opportunity to get in with the big guys and show what he can do around this track. Looking to keep all these corners relatively tight, get into this DRS section on the soft tyres. I'm very curious to see if he's going to be able to match Sevi, because I'm not too sure at this moment in time whether Sevi's time's incredible or not. So coming into the last 2 corners, this is when you can make it or break it. You need to not push too much on the throttle coming into this final corner, otherwise you will just spin it off on Invalidate. Looks like he's getting it done very nice. Coming round the bend, what's it going to be? It's going to be a 26.9, puts him below Sevi 87. So at this moment in time, Sevi's time's standing tall.
Indeed it is. About 2/10 safe there for the Alpha Tauri driver. Hoodie Pete as they headed down the Wellington Straight, deciding to try and get DRS from absolutely everybody. Or not DRS, sorry, slipstream from absolutely everybody. Not sure if that's hampered his lap time somewhat. Obviously the swerving left and right would have unsettled the car somewhat, but nonetheless, a 1:26.9 in the Mercedes car. He'll be rather happy with that one. Currently sits P2, but I think as our drivers start to dial in their initial hot laps, their banker laps here, we will see that time start to diminish down the timing screens.
Yeah, 100% on board with Safso yet again in the Alpine. Love to see what he can do. Coming into near the end of the track, we're looking at he's at about a minute, 1 minute seconds. Let's see, he's up 3 seconds on his time, putting him into the low 126s. That's what we need to see. If we can see a little bit more, though, we might actually start to break into the 125s. So we'll see what he can do. Coming in to the final couple of corners, let's do this, Saf. So bring it home into this left hand and get your foot down quickly onto the final right, coming into this bend. Don't lose the traction. Razin with a 125.3. Safso can't do enough, gets a 125.36, goes into second place. Razin just stealing that pole right in front of our eyes. Amazing.
Fantastic stuff there from Razin Chai. We know how quick he can be around these circuits. Chestnut Gaming coming there in P3. GB68 comes in with and steals P3, as does that guy Vince, up to P4 for himself. So times coming thick and fast now. MSkyZ will be the next to cross the line here. P11 at the moment. What can he do as he rounds the final corner here? It's only going to be good enough for P4. 125.6 for himself. Alright, Guri will come next. Can he improve from 12th place? Yes, he can. P4 steals for himself this time around. Hayden Gullis starts his hot lap, and Tiamat Marduk is about to finish his.
Honestly, I feel like El Rey and MSkyZ are always right next to each other in these qualifying sessions. So we'll see what can happen in the race. Tiamat Marduk in 4th. That's good for his championship. GB68 in 3rd, just showing his dominance. And he's missed the race, remember. Coming round, Tom 97 in the McLaren stakes ball. Oh my, he's absolutely demolished that into the 125. I love it. 006 by a few tens. Absolutely nailed it. Matty and the other McLaren coming through. He's not going to be good enough. A 126.0.
Yeah, P10 for Matty D there, so it's 1st and 10th respectively for the team from Woking. I think Tom will be happy that Matty D knows he can potentially improve as he heads potentially for another flying lap. Round Persia comes. He will steal P10, and just behind him will be Tom, who takes P5 here. So Alpine 3 and 5. A very good day for the French team as things stand. Everybody else is getting themselves involved. Alex Gillen, rather, goes P2. So maybe looking to break the curse here of not winning in Silverstone.
Yeah, that's a good time. That's a good time. He's a fast driver, but also at the same time just shows how far ahead Tom 97 is right now. People are going to have to pull out everything to try and beat that time at this stage. Hayden Gullis, let's see what he can do. Mr. Red Bull, Hayden the Assassin Gullis, lovely gentleman. What's it going to be? A 1:27. That's not going to be good enough. He might even be going for another lap as well. But if not, he's looking in a dangerous situation here. With also Curbs and Fratic not setting times yet, we'll see where they come in. But look at Sevy's time. It's now in 15th. That's how much it dropped. It wasn't first at one point, all the way down to 15th. Everyone needs to get out again, obviously, and put another lap in. But if I'm Ches, if I'm Matty, Persia, I'm feeling a little bit anxious right now.
Yeah, everybody just heading into the pits. Then I think no one's on a hot lap as things stand, deciding it's time to just head in, have a quick chat with your race engineers, put a fresh set of tyres on, and then go again right at the death. Obviously, there's no Q2 to get through to here. It's all for pride. It's all for pole position. And this is where the battle will really start to kick off. 4 and a bit minutes left in this qualifying session, and pretty much every single car in the pits, apart from Curbs.
Oh, lovely. Mr. Alternate Strategy, I love to see it. Gives us something to watch while everyone's in the pits, so thank you very much, Curbs. Wishing you all the best. Team Williams, I always fight for Team Williams. I've got a soft spot for them, love to see it. Meraki and Curbs right now 18th and 19th for Williams. We'll see what it's like at the end of 4 minutes, but you would assume that this will be his final lap. I don't think he's got enough time to get around and get everything done again, because he is on his out lap, so he will be starting in a minute. This probably will be his last lap. Good luck to him. Let's see TK take us through a lap on board with Curbs, eh?
Yeah, as he runs down towards Vale. Oh, he doesn't. He dives into the pits then. Curbs deciding to take us for fools there. But Razin Chai will head out on an out lap. The only driver out on the track at the moment. Curbs knew that's what was happening. He was on broadcast. He was like, I'm just going to mess with the commentators and head into the pits. Himself and Infratic, though, interestingly, not setting a lap time at the moment.
I just love how much I set you up for that, just to go into the pits. That was great. I was like, this is TK's moment. It's going to take the next 90 seconds, and yeah, straight into the pits. But no, you're right. Look, we have this period, the Banzai period or something, I think it's called. I can't remember. Where everyone's just waiting for that optimal time, and we've seen it time and time again. When everyone leaves it to the last seconds, maybe the back two guys don't actually make it on time. Like, they're leaving this kind of late. They're going to need to start getting out soon, because everyone backs everyone up trying to get enough space to start the lap.
Indeed they will, and we saw it in esports. Drivers not wanting to take that front run, drivers wanting to hold back until the absolute last minute possible, and I wonder if we'll see that from a few of our drivers who haven't left the pit lane yet. Some have come out, some have decided to go a little bit early. Both Alfa Romeos are out. I think we've got the Ferrari of Infratic out as well, as is Hoodie Pete in that Mercedes car. But a few of the, well, quite a considerable amount of the drivers still in that pit lane. Both McLarens coming out at almost identical times as well. And we're waiting to see how long is left on that clock, waiting for that yellow flag to disappear. And hopefully we'll be able to see, I think it's about 2.5 minutes if my maths is correct.
Yeah, it should be roughly about that. So everyone will be coming out now on board with Razin on that lap. He's deciding he doesn't want to get caught up in the potential carnage and get out early, but what that might mean is it has some traffic on this lap, so hopefully everyone's keeping aware. But it's not something we usually really see here as blocking, but mistakes can happen. You know, you do take a risk when you go out a bit earlier, in the fact that you might have a lot of traffic to get around.
Indeed he does, but Razin Chai decides to launch in for his final hot lap attempt, 1:47 on the clock, and like you said, he will have a lot of traffic as he runs through Abbey, down through the farm curve, down towards Village for the final time in this qualifying session. On board now with the Aston Martin driver through the loop, through the arena section here at Silverstone, and it's all make or break. Currently finds himself in P3, looking to steal pole position from Tom 97 on the run down the Wellington Straight, named, of course, after the Wellington Bombers, down towards Brooklands and Luffield. And this is a heavy braking zone. You've got to get this absolutely correct as you flow left and then immediately pull back on yourself round the right-hander and down the old pit straight towards Cops. He has a little bit of traffic. He has his teammate in front of him. Are we seeing a tow here from the Aston Martins?
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great. Because Razan's on track to take that time from Tom. He was about a tenth up at the end of Sector 1. Looking at the end of Sector 2, he needs to be roughly about 2 tenths up if he really wants to go for that. But nailing it, has some traffic to get away. That may have been distracting, who knows? But if anyone's not going to get distracted, it's going to be Razan. Coming in to the fight, he's 0.275 ahead. If he keeps going at this, he will take pole from Tom 97. But Tom 97's obviously on the lap as well, so he'll be able to respond. But Razan coming into the final 2 corners. He's got through all the traffic. Hopefully nothing distracted him. Getting into this left, getting the apex of that, getting right into the right hand side, nailing that. Oh, maybe. Oh, he's lost it. He's lost the grip.
No.
He's throwing it. He's into the gravel. TK.
Oh, it was all going so well for Razan Chai in the Aston Martin, and then it all went so wrong as he headed round Club. It was looking like pole position for Razan Chai, but he'll have to settle for P4 at the moment. MSkyZ comes in for P2. He'll be happy with that, starting second row on the grid as things stand, and everybody else just starting their hot laps. Tesnoid Gaming, I believe, will be the next across the line. Checkered flag is being waved if you're not on a hot lap already, which every single person is, apart from Iraqi, who's starting from P18. He decides to retire, but it will be Tesnoid Gaming who leads us around the next corner. And where can he go? It's P13 for himself. Next across the line will be Infratic, the man who hasn't set a lap time yet, rounding Vale and Club for himself. Just behind himself will be Hoodie Pete, so we'll switch quickly to him afterwards. Where can he go? Across the line, Infratic goes, it's P9 for himself. Hoodie Pete in P17, where can he go? And it's no improvement for himself. Matty D also across this line, no improvement for himself. Next will be Curbs down in P20. He's up to P17, Scott.
Yep, Curbs coming through into 17th. Not the best result for Curbs, but I'm sure he can get back into it. That guy Vince coming round. What can he do? Puts himself into 5th place. Love to see that. I feel like Razan's going to be ruining the day that he missed out. But Tom 97, what can he do? Can he extend this further? He can. He's into the 124s. A 124.8. That is mad. Even if Razan had nailed this lap, he was not beating that time.
Yeah, not at all. And trying to get the last two as they come across the line. Sevi will come across the line. He doesn't improve. P18 for himself. Next will be Noiguera, I'm fairly sure. I'm trying to catch where they all are. He goes P4. Tim McMurdo comes across the line. He's up to P10. Hayden Gullis and Tom come across the line. It's P14 for Hayden Gullis. And Tom can only get P9 here. No one seems to be improving. The only person that could have is Razan Chai, but I don't think he had enough to go again. No, he doesn't. It's 34 seconds down. Maybe Persia can improve. No, he's backed out of his hot lap, so it will be Tom 97, who qualified P2 last time around in Silverstone, qualifying on pole position this time. Meraki couldn't do it, and it will be the McLaren man who takes the top step, the front row of the grid. Just behind him, MSkyZ.
Yeah, but look at the time between Alex and MSkyZ. 1,000th of a second separates that front row. Will that be the difference? Like, coming into, like, lap 1, if there's any sort of, any carnage or anything like that, that could be such a difference being on the front row as opposed to being the second row. These times are mad. Tom 97, though, in a world of his own, like 3 tenths out. But the difference between second and third, both of those guys should be proud of themselves. Noguera and 4th place, absolutely killing it. Razan in 5th place. That guy Vince, great driving from him for AlphaTauri in 6th place. Safso 7th. GB in 8th place. Tom in 9th place. Teammate Marduk in 10th as well. Look at that for Ferrari, 10th and 11th. TK.
Yeah, a fantastic result there for the Ferraris. They'll probably start on alternate strategies here, try and work together. But Tim Marduk making a fantastic return to Silverstone, as is Infratic. And obviously last time around, Tim Marduk actually qualified P4 in changeable wet conditions. So interesting to see a little bit of a fall from grace there this time around. But Safso, we mentioned him earlier, qualified P7 last time around, qualified P7 this time around. Talk about consistency no matter the weather.
Yeah, that is incredible. As we can see, the final results. Tom 97 with McLaren 1st place. Sky Z in 2nd. Alex Gill in 3rd. 1,000th of a second. Noguera 4th. Razan Chai in 5th. That guy Vince in 6th. Safso in 7th. Good day for Safso so far. GB68 in 8th. Tom in 9th. We'll be looking to get further up. We usually expect to see Tom a little bit higher, but decent enough. Well done to him. Teammate Marduk and and emphatic. You're right, TK. They're going to have to go on alternate strategies if they're roughly around the same pace. It's going to be interesting. El Rey in 12, Persia 13th, Hayden 14th, Ches 15th, Matty, Hoodie Pete, Curbs, Sevi, and Meraki. Like I said, finishing last place on those intermediate tires. He's doing another last to first. And usually I would say you're mad, but do you know what? Week in, week out, it actually kind of makes it work.
Yeah, exactly that. Obviously, the crash people will have noticed on the cooldown lap, it was the AI of Sevi, so nothing to worry about. It won't affect the finishing results or the order or anything like that. So it's just it was just the AI taking control of the car, and obviously slow cars, fast cars on their cooldown laps. Not much to worry about then. But as we prepare to go racing around Silverstone, 52 laps, 18 turns around the Silverstone circuit. That's 7 to the left and 11 to the right. 2 DRS zones and 3.66 miles per lap.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but Tom97 is on for a perfect weekend so far. Sprint win, Interspole, and pole. I'll go back and make sure all that stuff is right, but I got a funny feeling it will be correct. All he needs to go is for the fastest lap and the win of this race, and you know what? He's in a great position to do that, TK. This could be monumental for Tom97.
Yeah, he was indeed. He got the podium actually last time around in season 4. It was him on the top step. Tim, Marduk, and GB did join him. So if we're talking about history, Tom has got the backing here to get this race win. But you never know what can happen. 52 laps is a lot of racing to contend with, and our drivers know that anything can happen in these races. We're expecting the pit strategies here to be mediums to softs or the softs to mediums, but as we know, engineers could completely throw us out the ballpark, maybe start someone at the back on the hards here.
Yeah, definitely. And I've got a funny feeling we're going to see a safety car or two here. Fingers crossed I might be wrong, so that we have a really energetic and almost endurance-like race where we push these drivers to the limits. But I've got a funny feeling around the track of Great Britain, we're going to see some drama happen. So we will be on board with that, making sure that we can capture as much moments as we can for you. But I'm so excited for this. What can Sky Z do? He's trying to get into the lead of this championship, and Tiamat Marduk starts in 10th place. So this is not the best for him, right? Like, potentially he could lose the first place, and then Sky Z gets up.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the race start is accounted for. Obviously, different tyre strategies. We saw it in the sprint race. The mediums didn't quite hold on, or didn't take as long to fire up as we originally thought. So it'll be interesting to see how the tyres fare on this race. Obviously, the softs will be quicker than the others around them, but however, how long can they last?
Yeah, definitely. And sometimes, you know, getting on the soft tyres early, if there is that early safety car, it can get you into a good position, gain track position in those first few laps, and then potentially, like, it comes back to you in the end. But, you know, some people might just be going on these sort of, well, we see anyone on the hard tyre, for instance. Well, if someone just want to just get that out the way, sometimes you can start on the hards and just stay out as long as you can, hoping that you do get some bit of luck, you're going your way. But maybe not. Maybe we'll see more optimum strategies with the medium soft mediums. I'm very curious to see what Tom, Skyzy, Gallon, Noguera, Razin are doing, because I've got a funny feeling they're all a little bit different, which is interesting to me. Yeah, seeing it now, we do have a lot of different strategies. People trying to figure out what is the best call. I'm seeing softs, I'm seeing mediums, and I'm even seeing hards at this moment in time.
Are you seeing? I can't see anything at the moment. We're just watching.
Oh, sorry, I'm clip booking it, so I'm kind of watching streams as well as we do.
That makes a lot more sense. You're obviously getting the insight in. You're getting the insight. There we go. We do go to the grid for our formation lap here in the F1 Create Series. Tom will lead us away on our first slow lap here, but all still to play for. And well, got to get the tyres heated up. Let's have a look as what we expected the tyres to be. Actually, only one driver starting on the soft tyre. It is Meraki, who starts at the back, P20, maybe attempting a last to first challenge. I believe there was some mention of that a while ago. But yeah, Meraki starting on the softs. Everybody else choosing to bolt on either the hards or the mediums. I think only 3 drivers actually choosing the hard tyre. It's our pole sitter Tom, and then Safso and Tiamat Marduk as well. The Ferraris have indeed gone different strategies, as we probably expected here. And it'll be interesting to see how they lead through this race. Will they try and work together, or will we see some Ferrari strategy calls coming later in the race?
Well, in real life and F1 Sim Esports, and it's not been the best time for Ferrari at certain points with strategies, so let's see what happens. They do have the power and the potential to get really, really great results, but sometimes luck's just not on their side. Will that change today? Let's hope so that we can see a banging race, and we obviously don't want to see the two Ferraris coming together. What I'm looking at, though, is Infratic going to be quicker than Tia McMurdoch? Right behind him on a faster tyre. Where does the team game start and end? Like, do we let our teammates through? Like, this sort of thing is what I'm kind of asking for, or is he going to fight?
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens as we get into this race. Obviously, the two Ferraris well known for being, maybe, I would want to say aggressive, but potentially a little bit aggressive when it comes to race strategy. It'll be interesting to see how they deal with that. Obviously, Tim and Mardik at the front of the two, starting on the harder tyre. Let's see if he can hold on to the points-paying positions. Hoping that camera should kick in just a moment. There we go.
Hey. Looking awesome right there, ready to put on a good show for us all today, or all 20 of these drivers. I'm looking at Ches to see if he can sort of regain that bit of bad luck. He probably was mentally a bit drained at the end of that sprint, and his qualifying wasn't the best. So let's see if he can come back into that near the end of the race as the drivers are all getting ready, getting to their grid spots. Let's hope no one invalidates and disturbs their tyres. Tom97 needs to have a good start. He's on those hard tyres, but he really just feels like he has a little bit of step over, right?
Yeah, exactly that. It'll be interesting to see if he's got to get off the line well. He didn't have the best pull away, if I remember correctly, when we went racing in the sprint race here. So it'll be interesting to see if he's got a little bit more confidence in these hard tyres. People have got an ad break, unfortunately, at home, but we will have lights on the board here for the feature race, or the full race here of the F1 Creator Series, round number 3 of Season 7. Lights are on the board, and we go racing at Silverstone. Tom doesn't get a good pull away. MSkyZ immediately on the charge down the inside. Alex Gillen gets a good pull away as well, and it's side by side for Alex Gillen and MSkyZ through turn number 1. And Noguera making a fantastic couple of positions up the inside as we look at a tree there round the outside. The Mercedes McLaren rather tries to go. And down the inside on the Haas, he's looking for an early move. Tom just holding on to this lead of the race. There's a lot of positions being challenged further back. That guy Vince gets up. Him and Razin Chai having a good battle at the moment. They're side by side on the run down towards Brooklands and Luffield here. They're just changing positions. Maraki's up 6 already. MSkyZ's up. Noguera losing out as Razin Chai chose to go round the inside. The outside will have to be locked in for him. And I think he's just going to be able to hold on here, Scott.
Yeah, that guy Vince getting the jump on Razin Chai. Teammate Marta getting in front of Saf, so also Persian and Fratic fighting as well. It looks like every single driver has got through this first half a lap successfully as Alex Gillen takes the lead of the race. Tom has to go wide. Will he still have it? No, he's going to have to come back in as MSkyZ is also taking a little snip in there, but Alex Gillen in one lap has taken the lead of the race. Tom on those hard tyres, not benefiting at this moment in time. Obviously, he needs to heat them up. He needs to watch the MSkyZ can't get in front of him now, because if he starts going down, he'll keep going down. Safso lost a few spots as well, so I'm basically 4 wide. Are they going to get through it all safely? I don't know how they got all through that safely, but well done to everyone. That was basically 4 wide.
I have no idea how they managed to navigate that. They're going 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. Persia leads them through though, and Safso, Infratic, Meraki and Matty D as well all get through nice and calmly. The Aston Martin and the Alfa Romeo, Persia and Razin Chai respectively, still having a bit of a fight as they headed through Club Corner there, but everyone going a little bit wide in the background was Infratic. He's managed to rejoin the track safely. Matty D will look for a move down the inside though on the Ferrari driver, gets the move done successfully. I think Hayden Gullis looking for a move as well down the inside. Meraki's up to 8 spots off this race restart on the hard tyre, sorry, on the medium tyre, soft tyre. I'm really not kids with my tyres at the moment. Meraki up to P13. Safso though, just holding on to P12. Razin Chai looking to challenge, I think that was round the inside of Peya as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. Don't count out Raz in 11th place, but he can definitely get himself back into the spots. But as you alluded to a little bit, Meraki already up a bunch of spots, nailing it at the start, and Fratic as well up a few as well. Ches sadly down to the bottom, but he's still got 50 laps to get his head out into a good space and get moving up these positions again. At the looks of things though, we have a really nice, safe, sort of real good racing start, so hopefully that leads us to the rest of the race. We're not going to see too much carnage. The drivers know where they roughly are on this track. As Razin, will he go into the inside? He's looking to make the move, gets the inside, going into the right-hander. Oh, maybe just had to back out Has he made it? No, he's not. He's not been able to make it. Persia defended that, but now Raz is on the outside, going into the inside. It might actually work out for him. Oh, just enough space being given. Who is going to get there? No, Persia in the Alfa Romeo keeps the spot for now.
Yeah, and Meraki actually tried to challenge straight away. He's down the inside of Safso here, trying to make a move up to P12, and I think he gets it done as they run down to start lap 3 of 52. DRS becomes enabled, of course, as we begin this lap. This could really change how the game is played out. The DRS train will become very powerful. Matty D's up past Safso as well, so the Alpine not having the best race restart here as he finds himself all the way down in P14, starting in 7th, of course, but those hard tyres really not firing up for himself. Up back at the front of the grid, of course, Sky starting to try and challenge on Alex Gillen for the lead of the race. Tom dropping off on the hard tyres. The mediums have fired up very, very quickly. The hards, not so much. The midfield, again, still having a fantastic battle. It's so close between everybody. I think Razin Chai still wants to try and make a move here on Persia as they run down through Copse Corner. Down towards Maggots and Beckett's, and Chapel looking left then right of that Alfa Romeo as they run through, and Razin Chai just has to pick his moment, not try and make a stupid move here up towards up towards Stowe Corner.
Yeah, definitely. Razin in an unfamiliar position, usually right up the top. It's MSkyZ's taking the lead of the race off Alex Gillen. Okay, this is MSkyZ's chance. He has been really, really consistent so far in this season. I love to see it. You've now got Alex Gillen behind you. What are you going to do? Are you going to try and break out of this DRS, or are you just going to work together to try and get away from Tom that's in the hard tyres? Because if you wait too long, Tom's going to start coming back. GB with the fastest lap was something we've seen before and before. GB having a great race so far as well, and that guy Vince in 6th place, just want to say he's doing very well, but Razin seems to be struggling in this sort of 10th, 11th, 12th area that is going to need to find extra pace soon if he wants to try and sort of compete for this top 5 and keep this potential champion, like double championship sort of play on the go.
Yeah, it's Tom 97 down the inside into Brooklands here. He got the DRS run on Alex Gillen as they run up through the Wellington Straight. Tom on those hard tyres, really starting to make them work. We weren't expecting them to fire up this quickly around. We can indeed have a quick look at how what tyres are everybody on. It's MSkyZ, your race leader, still on the medium tyre. Meraki coming from last place on those softs, finds himself in P11 as well, and we might see some games from MSkyZ here, trying to avoid the benefit of DRS to the cars behind him.
Yeah, definitely. This is just a bit mad what Meraki is doing so far, so I'm really happy to see that. Tom, half a second behind MSkyZ now, is just putting his neck in there on those hard tyres. They're definitely warm and heated up now. So what is actually going to be the correct strategy? The game seems to think that the medium soft is a better strat, but we'll see. Meraki absolutely nailing this, looking for another spot. Will he go for the overtake? No, he will not. It's a very risky corner to try and go for that lunge, and he decides not to. Smart racing. We'll see if he can find it at the next DRS spot.
Yeah, very smart racing there from Meraki. He actually gets a fantastic pull out from the final corner down towards turn number 1. He takes that inside line. Little bit of a clip of a corner, but nonetheless, he's up to P10, up to the points, well, up to P10 for Meraki. And Persia will have to settle for P11 for now and try and avoid too much pressure from the Aston Martin of Razin Chai just behind. Meraki really starting to make those tyres work.
Yeah, that's actually mad with Meraki. It's up 10 spots now. Insane. We're getting told that the performance drop zone for the mediums might be around lap 12, 13, 14. So we're kind of getting there. At that point in time, we're going to start to see what that Tom 97 strat, because I know a couple of people have done it, but he is actually up the top there fighting for that. He's put a lot on the line by going onto an alternate strat. Does he know something others don't know? Or is MSkyZ and Alex actually kind of going to be prevail here? But Noguera is staying in 4th. An amazing driver for Mercedes. He's absolutely nailing it. I love to see that. El Riguri has moved up a few spots as well. He's someone that needed to make the moves. Teammate Marduk has went into 7th and Fratic into 15th. Something must have happened to him as well. This day at Ferrari is looking good, but not good for half of it as well.
Yes, DRS gets enabled. Everyone not really finding their positions are changing too much. Hayden Gullis is up 1 to P16 from Sevi further behind. Obviously, Sevi, one of the reserve drivers, getting the first penalty of this race weekend, getting a 3-second penalty for track limits, but that won't be too hampering for himself. It's a long race to go. You can make or break that, but the whole field pretty much in one chain. There's a bit of a gap forming between Fratic and Hayden Gullis at the moment, but the top 15 continuing to pull away from this backpack.
Yeah, but if Hayden doesn't find that soon, it could be game over at an early chance. So he needs to try and get back into that DRS because this is looking really calm and collected. I don't see safety cars happening unless just tragic mistakes happen or something. But Meraki looking to do another move. Lap 6, these soft tyres. The soft tyre decision is actually taken as we actually have a yellow flag at the back. Someone has been left. It's Hoodie Pete. It's one of our reserves for Mercedes. Unfortunate for him. He will need to try and get back in. But Meraki is on a charge to end all charges. What are we watching? He's up 11 spots. Do you have any idea how hard that is in this level of lobby?
I can't imagine what is going through his head right now. He's got to stay calm. He's got to stay focused as we head through lap 6052. We're being told in chat the hards should be quicker from lap 16 or maybe 18. That's the rough crossover point between the mediums and the hard tyre. I have no idea when these soft tyres are going to die out. My chart said you'd be able to do almost a one-stop here. That was definitely incorrect from what the game is telling us at the moment. Meraki continuing to push though, but I think that gap might start to fall off very soon.
Yeah, like, it probably will. Oh, it's both going in there. Oh, Elray and Teammate Marda getting into it. Elray into 7th. Teammate Marda will just have to wait, but Meraki's already on the back of Ben. What's he going to do? He's not going to make the same move that he's done last time. He's staying behind in turn 1 and 2. Will he go for a turn 3 move? He doesn't look like he has the speed yet. He may be waiting for that DRS. Gets the car tucked in very nicely. This is all about racing it, right? It's knowing when to make the move and when not to make the move, and Meraki is absolutely nailing that. Look at that exit, getting some speed on him. Is he going to use the battery or is he going to wait behind? Let's find out.
Yeah, deciding not to use the battery this time around. It's just DRS for the Williams driver. He knows he's quicker in the corners, or at least should be compared to the hards of Team at Marduk. Persia further back does get past Razin Shai up for P11, so that's a few extra points in the Alfa Romeo's pocket as things stand. Meraki, though, has to try and use this advantage in the corners where he has it. The extra grip those soft tyres will be providing. He knows it's a limited amount of time that he has that for, and actually Tom really starting to catch up to the Williams driver further back.
Yeah, definitely. It won't last forever with Meraki, but this is some statement onto the lobby. If this strat works out for him, like if there was a safety car right now, then he has literally just gained 11 spots, like straight up. He has to kind of, I think he has to kind of hope at a certain point that will come and maybe stay out longer than he would normally on the softs. He'll do what he does, but it could go bad for him. But honestly, what a display so far for content creators. That is just amazing to see. Safso 14th, struggling a little at this stage, kind of just getting lost in this DRS train a little. As you can see, just the line of drivers basically all the way through the grid. Curbs is lost in Fratic. Other than that, like, this is just a DRS train at the minute. We'll see who is going to benefit most from that. I'm thinking the hard guys won't be too bad here.
Yeah, I think it'll be one of those. I think the hard guys can run a little bit longer if there's not that early safety car, which we might have been predicting. Then so some of our drivers will be able to run ever so much longer. But that guy Vince is trying to make a move here. He's just too far back. The DRS being very, very powerful as they ran down the Wellington straight down towards Brooklands and Luffield again. Lap 8 of 52 here. The tyres really starting to work up. The hard tyres starting to come into their own.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm just seeing the dynamic difference between the sprint race and the main race. The sprint race, we see nothing but carnage at certain points. This race, a lot more calm and collected. The drivers obviously understanding that they've got 52 laps. And if anything happens at the start, it's basically done. Getting an update that Gillen's tyres are 16% used. That is nothing. When you're getting to the 24% mark, we do get into sort of stage 2 of tyre wear, when it does get a little bit harder to drive. At that moment in time, we are going to see them slow down a little until they get their new tyres on. But again, safety car could just mess everything up as Hoodie Pete gets himself a 3-second time penalty. We're not seeing too many penalties so far, so that might come back to haunt him later, but he is quite far behind and he is in definite need of a safety car.
Yeah, that earlier spin from the Mercedes really hampering his opportunities here. Maybe driving just a little bit angry, trying to recover any lost time here. It's a very difficult task to do. When you're so far off this grid, obviously everyone having that DRS available to the car in front of them, and that will really hamper his opportunities to try and elevate that straight line speed of the Mercedes as things stand. Tesnoid Gaming just, I think, coming within the final few seconds of the main pack for Hoodie Pete as things stand. It's about 15 seconds clear.
Yeah, definitely. Meraki's not really made a move yet on Ben and teammate Marduk, so, but look at Razin. He's looking at the inside there. Enough space has been left. Can he get around the outside now, which is very difficult. He's thinking a switchback, but that door has been closed on him. It looks like Alfa Romeo of Persia will have enough, but look at that, very close. He's almost pushing him down this straight, actually. Is he going to go for a move here? We've seen famous scenes here, but he's not going to do it. He knows better than that. Doesn't want to end his race yet. Razin Shy, looking like he's struggling a little bit in this race. We definitely know that he's got more of it in him, so if he can dig down, hope that the strategy goes his way. I don't think it's over for him yet, but definitely showing signs of struggling.
Yeah, not doing too well. Hayden Gullis dropped down to P18 there, as him and Sevi, the Red Bull and the Red Bull sister team, actually having a good battle for out of the points paying positions, unfortunately. But Sevi just making advantage as he tries to chase down Curbs, who's just lost the pack ever so slightly. Infratic running P15, so that will be the last of the points paying positions here in Career Series. Actually, Infratic was one of our retirees last time we ran this circuit back in Season 4.
Yes, and Infratic needs these points. Like, he is in the playoff positions. He has started to be called an F2 driver already by some of the other content creators as a laugh, but he doesn't want that to stick. He doesn't want to end up in those playoff points, so hopefully he can get up the places. It looks like Tom97 at the start. That's it now. The hard tires seem to just be ready there. He's got back into first place. He's probably trying to save some resources as well. You don't always want to be leading this race at lap 10 of 52, right? You kind of just want to be in the top pack, saving your resources, getting that DRS whenever you need to. You might start to see the top 3, 4, 5 drivers at one point just sort of kind of work together and try and break off into a pack so that they can fight later.
Yeah, we've been told that SkyZ was actually reporting he's not being able to recover much ERS with the tyre difference. And obviously that was expecting Tom97 to overtake soon. We did, in fact, just miss it. Tom97 did retake the lead in this race just prior to that last straight, just before they ran down the Wellington straight for the final time. I think it was into Aintree, actually got the move done. So fantastic position there for Tom97. He's up to P1 once again and starting to drop the medium runners behind him.
Yeah, definitely. As we see, we're at that 0.89 of a second. Like, we're getting there. 0.9 is he needs to just push. It is coming back down a little bit. Tom97, these next couple of laps are going to prove absolutely crucial as he gets the fastest lap. He's pushing. He's going for this. His tyres are ready. He's actually trying to get away, and he's done it. He's 1 second. As we have a yellow flag in the back, we'll come and say, oh no!
Oh, no!
Oh, and he goes straight out. The curbs is out. Oh my god, TK. That just, what has happened? The curbs is out.
I think Curbs forgot the ghosting's completely turned off here. Persia gets a 5-second penalty, I think, for the collision with Curbs. Safety car has indeed come out, as we expected it to do so. Persia there getting spun out as they ran through the final corner, through Club Corner indeed, and then trying to get back onto the track, not appreciating that there was a Williams coming through at a high speed. Curbs couldn't do anything there as he went into the back of the Alfa Romeo. I wouldn't be surprised if Persia has damage there. Sevi gets himself a drive-through, and Hoodie Pete immediately into the pits to get off some soft tyres, or get onto some soft tyres rather.
Absolute heartbreak for what we've just seen there. I'll be on these clips ASAP to show you guys exactly what's happened. That is absolute heartbreak. We'd hate to see it, but you know what could be done? Just a simple accident, and I can jump on board right now and show you exactly what you want. TK, if you can clip book me, my man, let's get this done. So it looks like Persia has just had a skill issue. We've all been here, we've all done it. Coming in to this point, look at that. He's just lost the grip, okay? Just lost the grip. Spins off. Comes onto the track. Just... oh, God, unlucky. You could say maybe... look at his face, he knows. You can maybe say that he should have waited. We'll see. But and this face says it all. This face says it all from TK. Sorry, not TK. Curb, sorry. Oh, this is heartbreak. He's coming in to the final right-hander, and let's just see what happens.
What? Persia?
Oh, there's nothing
Why is he moving on the racing line?
There's nothing he can do. I'm sorry, I see that's a bit laggy. I will get that fixed and we'll get back to it. But that, TK, oh, what just happened, right?
Oh, it's a really unfortunate race end there for Curbs. Persia still in this race somehow, and almost every single driver deciding to pit pretty much expectedly under this safety car, as a lot of people in chat are saying, unsafe rejoin there from the Alfa Romeo. Obviously, that will be down to the social media stewards, as it were. I'm sure we'll see that in a clip later on in the week. But nonetheless, Razin Chai takes the lead in this race. I don't think he actually pitted there. He hasn't indeed. 11-lap-old mediums will be our race leader to lead us away on, but a lot of penalties coming from that as well. Alex Gillen actually getting a 5-second penalty for a collision with MSkyZ. I'm assuming that was into the pit lane.
Yeah, it must have been. That is very unfortunate. Sevi with a drive-through. Is that what we were just talking about? Sorry, I was getting the clips ready there. But we have a drive-through for Sevi as well. Alex with a 5-second penalty. And Hoodie Pete obviously still has that penalty from earlier. That's absolutely heartbreaking to see. My heart goes out to Curbs there. Great content creator. But, you know, at least he'll have a funny clip of content now, I guess, to use. But not what you want to see. Peugeot obviously staying in the race all the way back at the bottom now. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Razin deciding not to go in. Will he maybe go in at the end of this? He will go all the way back to the bottom. Or is he just going to use these medium tyres for another 20 laps maybe?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how long he wants to hold this out. I'm not quite sure why you'd stay out if the entire rest of the field are boxed behind you. You will be under immediate pressure from Tom97 and MSkyZ, the likes that have pitted onto fresh rubber. Alex Gillen actually going onto a fresh set of the hard tyre. Probably, if he's lucky, might be able to see these out to the end of the race. If not, we might see a 2-stop strategy here this afternoon with a set of softs coming out later on in this race. Razin Chai, though, deciding not to box. He's confident in his strategy, staying out for the Aston Martin.
Yeah, definitely. So, like, we'll see. Like, he can make this work. You know, imagine there was, we'll see at the end. At the end of the day, he's gained like 10 positions, right? So, if I don't want to defend against anyone, it's Razin. He's so fast at this game and he knows how to defend you. Like, is he just going to be a mountain and make sure no one gets by him? Or is Tom97 going to do Tom97 things and just fly away? Because he was just about to lose that. He just got out of DRS with a few laps and now he's been brought back to everyone else. Tom, he's not happy about this safety car at all.
Yeah, not at all. Don't forget, you can join the conversation as well. Hashtag F1 Creator Series if you want to get involved on social media. Have your say as well. Don't forget to do that. And if you do see any clips from some people's streams, don't forget you can put them in the Discord. There's a stream clips channel for F1 and F2. And do feel free to chuck them in there. Mr. Morgan, good afternoon. Hope you had a safe flight home from F1 Sim Racing.
Yeah, 100%. Great job from George and Hayden this week covering the F1 Sim esports race. Highs, lows, drama, just chaos at times, beautifulness at other times. An amazing bunch of people all absolutely nailed it. Well done. As Curbs is rating and as well. Curbs, we offer our deepest condolences for you. You've done nothing wrong. They're very unfortunate. Hate to see it. Amazing guy. Let's give some love to Curbs, guys. If you've not followed him, go give his channel a follow. An amazing driver. But Razin decided not to pit. That is our story right now, is whether this is going to work or are we going to look at lap 20 and see him all the way back down to 10th place. I don't really know how it's going to work, but I'm kind of here ready for it. Alex will be raging about that 5 seconds, though. That is going to be costly. Look at the lack of penalties. TK, that's costly come the end of the race.
Yeah, it is indeed. Obviously, a 5-second penalty for any sort of condition is costly, but to get it when you're heading into a pit lane, not getting slowed down enough and causing a collision with MSkyZ, that was what the penalty was for. So Alex Gillen will have to serve that 5 seconds either at a secondary pit stop or at the end of the race. Nonetheless, will have a hamper on his finishing position. And I think he might have just thrown away his chance at redemption here around Silverstone. Obviously, we mentioned as the broadcast went live, he's never had a win here in Creator Series at Silverstone.
Yeah, exactly, and we might be starting to see why, honestly, there's a racing curse sometimes. There's also commentators, because there's all types of curses that you need to get away from and avoid. We'll try our best to make sure we don't curse anyone, but this is interesting. SkyZ as well, he's so consistent. Like, it don't matter what race we're in, where in the world, what position, he just finds himself up in these good positions. And he's just such a consistent driver. He might not always be right up in first place, but he's usually always in the top 3.
Yeah, exactly. That is a very, very consistent driver. We know what he's capable of, especially when it comes to end-game tactics and race pace. He'll definitely be one to watch. Yeah, do let us know where you're tuning in from. George Morgan says he's tuning in from bed. I do not blame you. It's been a long few days. Let us know where in the world you are indeed tuning in from. I'm actually really interested to know where everybody's tuning in from.
100%. And please remember, get involved in this amazing network of creators, of lovely people, of like-minded individuals in the Creator Series. It's just growing and growing and growing. Follow it on all relevant social media platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, if you yourself are a content creator, you can get involved as well. Each season, the application forms are open, and you can join one of the F2 and get a chance to get into those F1 seats as well. It's an amazing opportunity for absolutely anyone. If you have a nice laugh on you, you put a camera on your face and you just go out and stream this beautiful game of F1 that we love, then you are more than welcome in as well. It is a wonderful, wonderful team. It's sponsored by EA Sports, and it's just an incredible organisation. I can't wait to see where it's at in 5-10 years as a staple of F1 esports content.
Exactly that. But back to the race at hand. We've had notification from Race Control that we will be going racing at the start of lap 15 here. It will be Razin Shai that leads us away in the Aston Martin. The team based just around the corner or across the road, depending on what part of the track you're at. Razin Shai on the 11-lap old medium, deciding not to box this time around. He launches early before we head down towards Vale and through Club. The Aston Martin driver tries to catch out Tom behind him, but Tom's all over the back here. The team from Woking, Tom 97 stuck with him through the final few corners, and Tom 97 already looks to move down his turn one. He's not going to get it there, but Razin Shai immediately under pressure. He looks around the outside now. The McLaren dives down the inside as they run down Village. Through the loop they go. The McLaren gets the lead of this race, and Razin Shai immediately, his decision has come back to bite him. He's dropped down to P2 already. MSkyZ is not far off here, and through they go. Everybody else starting to navigate rather well. Meraki, after starting on the soft tyre, gaining 10 positions, is up into P10 as well. He's doing well on these hard tyres.
Yeah, definitely. Meraki's absolutely nailed the race start, but Alex Gillen and he was really going for that third place to try and get it off MSkyZ. We were within hundreds of a second, but he has had to back off. Alex Gillen needs to run now. He needs to get up as high as he can and make sure he breaks any DRS behind him if he wants to not drop into the positions. He's looking at the move at a really dodgy corner. Thankfully he didn't, but if he can get a good exit coming out here, he might just be able to get his foot down, get the power on. It looks like he's had a good exit. Will he be able to do it? He's going to end up on this inside line. He's going for it. MSkyZ's pushing us 3 wide. It's nearly 4 wide. What are we doing here? And absolute amazing scenes. MSkyZ into third, Alex Gillen into second. Noguera getting involved as well. Absolutely amazing. And there's a little bit of contact with the Aston Martin. Razin Shai gets in there. Noguera loses a couple of spots. He's tumbling down the order. TK, what are we seeing?
Yeah, they're going side by side through the final corner here. Razin Shai getting all kind of caught up, as is Noguera. Razin Shai down to P6 at the moment. GB making a advantage to that, as is that guy Vince. And those two up into P5 and P6 respectively. But Razin's around here. He's been tapped as they run down towards Village. The Aston Martin, who was in the lead of this race as we restarted, is down towards P18. Almost P last here. Sevi will be last after the served drive-through. But it's all gone wrong here for the Aston Martin driver. Back up to the front of the field though. Tom 97's made a fantastic pull away. He's 1.6 seconds clear of the lead of this race. Alex Gillen's holding second. MSkyZ's at third at the moment. But Tom gets past Meraki to hold on to P9 as well. Meraki not getting those tyres as fired up as the softs originally were.
Oh, absolute scenes that we've just seen. Alex Gillen in second place now. That was crazy. That was all 4 wide. Ridiculous. Tom in 9th place. Not really moving up the spots too much. Sasso getting in front of Hayden. They've been fighting a little bit for a while as well. I'm looking at SkyZ for still staying in, but GB now in 4th place. That guy Vince in 5th. Vince is doing well, but teammate Murdoch is actually just taking a spot off of Vince into 6th place. Absolute scenes. We've just seen some absolute carnage, and I'm going to get some clips for us for later in the race. But TK, wow.
Yeah, we said it might happen. We saw in the sprint race drivers getting the elbows out, getting aggressive. They sat back at the start of this race, just holding position, just making sure they made it through every single twist and turn that this Silverstone track threw at them. But this time around, when the safety car got restarted, everyone was out of position and it all went to the wind. The drivers getting elbows out to a royal degree, and that is what caused Razin Shai to go round. I'm sure we'll be able to get a replay from his perspective, but we're still on board with MSkyZ at the moment, challenging for second step on the podium. He's got it when the penalties will be applied later on, but I think he wants it on the track, and he knows that Timo Marduk further back is starting to make a move as well. MSkyZ gets up into P2, actually not far off. I think he's got a driver in front of him. That'll be the McLaren of Tom 97. 1.9 seconds is the gap as things stand. Tom, further back, the other Tom in P9 trying to challenge Nogueira here, who also had a bit of a poor restart under the safety car.
Yeah, Nogueira was actually in a bit of contact with Razin and lost a few spots. When the race dies down a bit, I will get those point of views to you. We'll stay on with the action right now just in case we miss anything. But the moment it dies down, we'll get you guys updated. Okay, so Tom in 9th place, just staying consistent. Like, this is good. This is some points for him. Like, this is what I like to see. He could be doing with a few more. Looking at that guy Vince as well, having a really strong showing. But Tiamat Marduk, our championship leader at this moment, is slowly just making his way up. He's up to 5th. Technically, he's in 4th without Skillen's penalty, which would drop him down so many spots if it ended at this moment in time. El Rey Guri, who's usually trying to fight up there with MSkyZ, is in 7th place. A little bit squiggly coming into the next lap there. You don't want to mess up there. We've already seen enough carnage from that corner, am I right?
Yeah, it was a bit of a poor exit there from the Rebel driver. I thought Tom was going to make a move down into turn 1 for a second there. Made the right decision, made the smart decision, and backed off as well. The Alpine driver, a very experienced driver. He knows he can wait that extra lap, wait that extra corner, and make the move when it's a little bit safer to do so. There's no point in diving down the inside, risking both of your races, which could end in a non-points finish.
Definitely, and Timo Marduk's up another spot into 4th, gets the jump on GB. That's not an easy thing to do. Timo Marduk is gathering momentum. I'm feeling it. He's getting closer to Gillen. Gillen's next up. We've seen it happen before. Will we see it again? Don't blink, guys. This could happen at any moment. I'm just saying.
Yeah, do not touch your dials. It is once again Ferrari versus Haas as they run through Maggots and Beckett's for the 18th time of 52. And the Ferrari starting to line up a move. Alex Gillen, of course, with that 5-second penalty that he got under the safety car for hitting the rear of MSkyZ. Both of the cars have DRS. I think Ben has a bit of a straight line speed as they run now down towards Stowe Corner. The right-hander, El Rey Guri, gets positioned further back as well, up past that guy Vince, the Rebel, getting past their sister team. But for now, we'll watch on board with Timo Marduk. Alex Gillen's trying to target MSkyZ, but Timo Marduk has the Haas in his sights as they round the corner to start lap 19 of 52 here, Scott.
Definitely two of our biggest content creators who have been getting spicy recently. Still good friends, as always. We just love to see the intensity that these races bring out in some of our drivers. What will Timo Marduk do? Whoa, has Alex actually slowed down a little bit there? Thankfully got a good exit, otherwise Timo Marduk would have been facing them down already.
Yeah, it was almost contact between the Haas and the Ferrari first time around at the first time of asking, but the Ferrari just doesn't have the straight line speed to try and target the Haas there. Further back, Tom's trying to go round the outside of Nogueira here to get up to P8. He had the outside, he now has the inside line as they round Luffield, the Alpine, up into P8 here on the race, lap 19 of 52. I think Nogueira doesn't have much in response, but back up to the front here, it is Timo Marduk still chasing down the Haas of Alex Gillen. This will be an interesting watch till the end.
Indeed, but also MSkyZ has taken about 4/10 off of Tom 97's lead, who is dominating at this time, but it is going down. I'm not too sure if SkyZ is just trying to push to get back into DRS, which was a really, really smart thing to do. So we'll see if he can do it in the next couple of laps, because this lead that Tom 97 had is nearly half. Like, Tom was basically 2 seconds. Now we're looking at 1.3.
Yeah, maybe just backing off, allowing his tyres to rest that ever a little bit more, maybe harvesting some ERS. Really unfortunate, well, not unfortunate for himself, but definitely a little bit of strategic play going on for the McLaren team. Obviously, Curbs at the moment are only DNF, no fault of his own though. Obviously, Persia having a unfortunate incident, losing the back end, and then just a really unsafe rejoin from the Alfa Romeo did cause that, but nonetheless, back up to the front. Everyone just again finding their feet. There's been no silly moves at the moment.
No, definitely. Other than the unsafe rejoin, it's actually been quite amazing so far. Sevi sadly's went all the way to the back. He's lost the pack, everyone. We'll maybe try and catch what happened to him a bit later on. But Timo Marduk, he is under 2/10 behind Gillen. Do you just feel something? Do you feel an energy coming? Do you feel like something in the wind might change the moment Timo Marduk gets a good opportunity on Alex? I'm feeling it. I know these drivers are going to push each other to the max. tracks, and they're going to try and be as fair as they can, but I'm feeling it, TK.
Yeah, something's definitely in the air, although with it being Britain, that could definitely be rain. But I think at the moment, Tiamat Marduk lining up for a move on the Haas. Maybe he'll be a little bit sensible this summer and wait for a safety car to come, wait for a lot more opportunistic move to present itself, but we wait and see in anticipation if if Tiamat Marduk can get onto the bottom step of the podium here, P3 for himself, as Meraki starts to challenge, I think, Noiguera once again up to P9 for himself. He has the inside line now, Williams, but a little bit of budging and barging, but he gets the move done regardless, and now follows Tom through for the points paying positions here.
Yeah, incredible. Up 11 spots now. But Tiamat Marduk's also lost GB. Like, that's that. We now have a couple of packs forming. GB has dropped off the pace of Ben, and El Riguri's now kind of sniffing at the back of him, right? He's kind of trying to feel him out a little bit. Maybe make him go the wrong way or whatnot. But Tiamat Marduk getting back into this fight for third place. MSkyZ as well is trying his best to get that DRS open, but Tom's keeping him at bay at 1.3 seconds. 0.3 of a second is what separates the DRS and no DRS at this moment in time. And Tiamat Marduk just getting ever so closer. This 5-second penalty, though, might not be too bad at the end if it continues with this sort of gap away from GB and below, right? That's nearly 2 seconds already. That keeps going for another second or two. Suddenly, Alex Gillen's penalty is not that bad anymore.
Yeah, all it takes is one minor mistake for any of our drivers here. Guri closing that gap between himself and GB68 as they round Copse Corner, the infamous Copse Corner, down towards Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. And Guri will be looking to try and make this move as quick as he can. They're on equal tyres, but he has the medium runner, I believe, of that guy Vince just behind him. So that will be on the back of his mind constantly. And it looks to the outside he moves. He has the DRS. GB68 gets a little bit held up here. He doesn't have that DRS assistance. Around he goes. Matty D further back, trying to go down the inside of Noiguera as well. He gets the move done. So the Mercedes doesn't quite hold on this time around. Both McLaren drivers going back to their original qualifying positions, 1st and 10th respectively. And Sevi gets another penalty for track limits warning. It's not been his afternoon. He's had track limits warnings, track limits penalties, and that drive-through for speeding under the safety car as well. That's what found him so far off the pack.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate to see. It's also surprising to see GB kind of not up at the pace of his rivals as well. It's usually something we can usually guarantee in that he's just as fast, if not even a little bit faster sometimes. So maybe he's just struggling a little bit with the tyres and whatnot. But El Riguri now, he is in the position where he doesn't have DRS. So GB, Vince, he nearly put it in and amazingly stopped it in time before that became some real damage. But that's let Tom behind maybe get the jump on him as well. GB gets a 3-second time penalty. Maybe he was distracted or whatnot, but that is really unfortunate to see. In this level of racing, that puts him down like 4 or 5 spots already.
Yeah, he had the dirty F from El Riguri in front of him as they ran through one of the more technical parts of this track, just trying to get the track straightened out as they ran through Woodcote. And GB68, like you said, gets that 3-second penalty. The hard tyres aren't wearing out necessarily. They're being told, we're being told rather, they're only about 13% as we run through this course. But Alex Gillen actually could be mounting a charge on MSkyZ at the top of this race. That guy Vince does get past GB further back. There's lots of battles going on this track. It's rather hard to try and keep up with all of them. GB continuing to fall positions. Maybe he just has to get out of his own head a little bit here.
Yeah, definitely. If anyone can do it, it is GB. Very fast driver. But that guy Vince is doing a strong showing. We know he's a fast driver, but he is in a very good position. Fighting for this 5th place will do really good for him in that championship. Because he deserves to get the points. He's a lovely guy, doing very well for himself. But Meraki staring down Tom and GB. He's got 4 cars ahead of him. If he can get them all done, then Meraki will end up in 5th place. That's just a bit mad. But look at this. Tiamat Marduk, he's getting closer. It's getting closer. There's only so long before they're going to have to start fighting, because we know that they're going to. Elray in 5th, though, doing his best, but everyone's just sort of falling behind. Oh, and then Aston Martin of GB fighting as hard as he can. He doesn't want to lose any more positions, but Tom gets into 7th place.
Yeah, Tom just gets round the outside. The inside became the outside, and the Alpine just gets past the Aston Martin here. GB, once again, not finding his feet with those hard tyres. I think it's definitely a case of them not firing up as well as he well have thought, but he will have the advantage later on in this race. We are expecting, I think, another pit stop to come from most of our drivers. Obviously, the hards, now 18% we're being told. So, continuing to develop. Obviously, we've had a lot of racing laps since the safety car went in. And Taiko Vince further back, gets up into P5 past Ere Guri with the assist of DRS Meraki as well. Looking around the outside here of GB, he'll have to hold it as they run through Vale here, round the right-hander of Club, and I think the Williams might just hold on here. GB down to P9.
Ah, that was great between Meraki and GB. Sad for GB for losing the spot, but both gave each other great space there. That was a good move from Meraki into 8th place. Sky Z has caught right back up to Tom. Tom has wasted his lead without DRS. He had many laps without DRS, without Sky Z obviously getting DRS on him, but that is now over. Sky Z has clawed his way back into it and is now just 4/10 behind. This, I'm looking at Sky Z to, if anyone's going to give Tom a really good fight, it's going to be Sky Z. He's proved time and time again that he is incredibly fast. So they two are going to fight. Alex and Ben will obviously fight. Meraki going on that inside. No way does he get that done. He seems to just be gliding by people. What is that move? In the inside, gets it done. Almost looked unnatural and is now into 7th place.
A fantastic send there by Meraki. He looked like the car was on rails, as you were saying. He went left and then absolutely turned with pure precision, did that Williams, sent it down the inside of Tom in the Alpine and got the move stuck. He's now P7 and immediately on the chance of Ere Guri, but up in the lead of this race, Alex Gillen gets a double overtake. He's in the lead of the race now. Tom 97's fallen 2 positions. Sky Z did hold up for P2, but Tom down into P3 now. That DRS assistance proving so powerful. The driver without it seems a little bit caught in the mud.
Yeah, it's a 4-horse race that we're seeing. I 100% agree this is a 4-horse race unless they fight each other and slow each other down and somehow give Elray and the others below a chance. But 5 seconds difference. Alex Gillen at worst case. Oh, it's a McLaren's going in for it. Tom's going in for it. There definitely was a bit of contact there. Sky Z not giving up in that inside line. Who is going to have the better traction coming off? Will both cars make it through? Oh, and they just touched, but they both make it through. We've seen cars not been able to do that. Tom taking 2nd place, but look at this. TMM Marduk coming down the inside. Will he get 2 for 1? He gets 2 for 1. That is absolutely incredible, but will he make it stick? No, he has to go round the outside, and now the Alfa Romeo coming in on that inside line. What can he do? Nearly runs out of space, actually keeps one of the spots, loses the spot. This is incredible between the two drivers coming in to the second corner and then touching us all over. TMM Marduk is gone. Sky Z is gone. It's the fight that we thought it was going to be, but not who it was. We've seen the
GB!
Oh!
GB and Matty D into the back there of Sky Z. Sky Z gets a penalty. We saw it had happened before. We saw the no ghosting cars as they headed back out on track. Sky Z sat right on the exit of Cops there, exactly in the racing line. GB68 didn't see him, sat there right into the back he goes. And that is a DNF there for GB68. Matty D was unfortunate following through here as well. Not sure what's happening with this pack. Safety car out, time number 2 here. But that is a double DNF from the one McLaren, one Aston Martin. Scott, what have we just seen?
Oh my god, that was absolute carnage. I'm already on. I've not got the clips yet, but I will have them soon. What we just saw was insane. Absolutely insane. We had TMM Marduk and Sky Z coming together. But then we had, this is the thing, when you have real cars on the road, we simulate the real cars with turning ghosting off, and sometimes this can happen. TK, oh my god, my brain actually cannot process what just happened.
I really can't fathom what we've just seen. One of the lovely chat members has clipped it from our point, from Tim and Marduk's point of view. So that is in the chat. I don't know if you have a replay, yell and we will go straight to it. But pretty much everyone deciding to pit, apart from Ere Guri, who stays out on the hard tyre. Persia, I think, staying out as well. He's on 13 lap-old hards. Everybody behind him, though, Tom 97, Alex Gillen, all deciding to come into box. Tom 97 jumping Alex Gillen, I think, in the pit stop. So he'll find himself effectively at the lead of this race if Ere Guri and Persia have to pit again. A few drivers choosing the medium tyres. I wonder if they'll be able to take these till the end of this race. 26 laps as we cross half-race distance here, Scott.
Yeah, this has been crazy. It's been such an amazingly clean fight for basically the whole race, but sadly, from what I'm seeing, nothing in here is deliberate at all. We will be getting that as quick as I can. I'm trying to get different points of view of SkyZ in particular at this moment. That is just absolute heartbreaking, but good for some other people, right? Like, we've got some winners now because of this. So teammate Marduk is now down a lot of spots. GB down out of the race, like, completely. Like, it's going to be good for other drivers that can potentially now come in and get these crucial points, right?
Yeah, this has actually really helped Alex Gillen. It's enabled him to pit under the safety car, remove that 5 seconds that he got previously under the last safety car, and still come out ahead of teammate Marduk. He's meters behind Tom 97 when we get the race restarted as well, as Persia is into the pits himself. So it will be El Rey Guri that will lead us away when that safety car comes out. And that could really change things up here. Persia into the pits. El Rey Guri, the only driver not to go in.
Okay, I've got clips. If we can go to Clipbook, I will get everything ready for you guys. Here we go. So, we have SkyZ's point of view of what happens with that contact coming in. As you can see, Ben, teammate Marduk, right to the left of him. Watch what happens. Oh, very unfortunate. Almost looks like the tiniest bit of braking from Tom. Let's teammate Marduk unsettle a bit. He turns in a little bit of contact with the wheels, and SkyZ goes off. Let's look at it from other point of views, shall we? So let's go on to teammate Marduk's point of view himself. Okay, so coming into this position, we get Tom just in front. We get SkyZ to the right. Let's see what happens.
Oh, really?
Okay, so you've seen that from both points of view.
Just let it go, mate.
I don't know why it's a little bit laggy. I do apologise about that. I will do a little refresh for this next clip and show you. So the next clip is sadly, this is GB's, and this one saddens me. This is just very unfortunate to see. We've got GB coming here. He's just an innocent casualty. Let's see what happens. It's the Alfa Romeo. Look for it. Right there. Boom. DNF'd. Looks like today is the place for unsafe rejoins. Very unfortunate. But what is he meant to do at that point? He's not been able to see SkyZ and just go straight into the back of him. SkyZ is himself probably has damage. Just absolutely, just carnage. Hate to see it. Absolute carnage.
Yeah, really unfortunate there. Really unfortunate for GB there. You couldn't see him. You couldn't see him because he parked on the track as he came around such a high-speed corner, such as Cops. And we've seen it before. Teammate Marduk and Alex Gillen last time around, famously in Japan, a very similar incident. This time around, just clipping the front wing of the driver to his right. But we have got the notification from race control. Safety car is in this lap, and it will be El Rey Guri that leads us away on the hard tyre. Apparently SkyZ's side, we're being told he had a little bit of decent, so that might be a contributing factor from his end this time around. But El Rey Guri leading these drivers away so slowly, almost at a snail's pace here, Scott.
Yeah, definitely. El Rey into first now. Like, what has happened here? Tom 97 again got it. This actually doesn't work too bad for him because he had lost the DRS kind of trick that he had. And we'll waiting to see if El Rey goes quick, if he goes fast. He seems to be dragging us out a little bit. Will this be better? And he just slows down so quickly that might have caused some carnage at the back. We'll see what happened there. But that was quite a stop. He's now off. Tom keeping with him, but already gaps behind coming. That guy Vince in 5th place doing okay, but Tom trying already to get in front. Will he make a turn 3 move into the inside line? Just sends it like he sent it on Razin earlier as well. That is what old tyres will do to you. Tom into 1st place. Alex Gillen making a move to try and get into 2nd place. Does not want to get held up at all. Alex was able to get rid of the 5-second penalty. Is still in 3rd place. He goes in the inside. Can he make it stick? He sticks it before we even come in. Oh, there was even Meraki. The Williams making a move on the inside. What scenes we're seeing from Meraki. He's up 17 spots, TK.
Yeah, starting from P20, of course, up into the podium positions already. Meraki's having an absolute flyer here around Silverstone. Ironic, considering it was the old RAF base, but Meraki really bringing history back to life here this afternoon. Alex Gillen and Tom 97 will be his next targets. El Rey Guri getting completely swallowed up. Those hard tyres, the 11, now 12 lap-old tyres really getting swallowed up. That guy Vince is not far off him already. And look at the gap they pulled to the drivers behind him. You can see there's a good considerable distance, and that guy Vince goes around to the outside of the sister team Red Bull, and it's not even a challenge at this point. That guy Vince up a position. Tom actually tries it as well, and he's going to go around the outside. A little bit of contact between the two drivers. There's a little bit of rubbing. There's a little bit of racing, but Tom gets a position. Further up though, Alex Gillen's made an audacious send for the lead of this race. Can Tom try the switchback through Club as they round to start lap 29? They're going to go side by side here on the run down towards Abbey on the Hamilton straight. Alex Gillen just holds on here.
That was incredible. Tom also dropping down like 4 or 5 spots. Something's happened with him. 5 spots. Something's happened with Tom as well. But look at this Meraki trying to get in. Oh, and Tom's getting more damage as well. There's carnage going everywhere. Everyone gets into 9, but Tom gets in front of Meraki again. Meraki, it's all went bad between Tom and Infratic. I'll find out what happened, but Infratic is tumbling down, and Tom, who wasn't like a 6th position or something like 20 seconds ago, is now all the way down to 13th. Oh my god.
Yeah, down to 16th for Infratic as well. Tom, who was up challenging for the podium positions, finds himself down in P14th after getting caught up with Infratic there. Obviously, ghosting off in the lobby. That can really hamper and has hampered drivers, as we've seen earlier on in the session. But at the moment, the top 4 really starting to fly. Timo Marduk, after that initial incident, has got himself up into the top 5 here. That guy Vince, P4, Meraki, P3 as things stand. Alex Gillen starting to pull away on the softer tyre compared to the hard runners behind him. Tom 97 has to do all he can to try and stay put as he runs down towards start lap number 30. Timo Marduk's up to P4 already, made the move on that guy Vince look rather easy, and up to P4 he goes. Meraki will be his next target. It's Ferrari versus Williams, and Alex Gillen, I think, is who we will have in his greatest sights.
Yeah, 100%. I cannot believe Alex Gillen is now in the lead of this race without his time penalty. Timo Marduk needs to catch up, and he does all with the fastest lap. He's already faster than Alex this lap. What can he do? Can he fight for that? Tom 97, don't count him off as well. He's so fast at this game. But Meraki, like, I don't know who's going to win this. It's all over the place. That safety car's brought everyone back together, but M-Sky Z is losing the DRS. Someone that was a contender to win this race is now losing the DRS in 7th place. As Persha gets spun, he gets touched at the back. I'm not too sure who done that, but I'm going to have to look, TK.
Yeah, I don't know where the contact came from, but he also got beached on the curb. That's where the reset to track came from. You could hear the tyres spinning, not getting any traction from the track behind him, the raised curb, really affecting the Alfa Romeo there. He's down to P15. Chat saying Meraki's the GOAT at the moment. It is still anyone's game here. The top 4, even the top 6 potentially, could still have an outcome on this race. Sevi gets up past Hayden Gullis, further back for P10. Sevi with those 6 seconds of penalties, of course, after serving the drive through, but Timo Marduk has really started to close the gap to Meraki here as they run down the hangar straight down towards Stowe. DRS has been enabled, and this could be an interesting battle. Further back though, you can see that guy Vince, Safso, and I believe Noguera all getting caught up as well. Noguera just holds P5. Sasso and that guy Vince losing out a couple of positions. Safso back up to pretty much where he qualified. He qualified P7, so he's up 1 position in net terms, of course. Eric Guri does get a 5-second penalty for speeding the pit lane. It was inevitable that he was going to come in 11, I think it's about 14 lap old hards at this point, so into the pits to swap those out probably till the end of the race here, Scott.
Yeah, definitely. Love to see it as early as into the pits, as you just mentioned. Timo Marduk right at the back of Meraki now. This is going to turn into a 4-car race again. We do have Meraki joining into that top 4 though, so love to see it. But Safso doing the great. Tom 97 just takes the lead of the race again from Alex Gillen. This is what they need to do. They need to start rotating this, and all 4 of them need to get away. That could be the final safety car. They need to put their foot down and get away from every single person and give themselves a 25% chance of winning the race.
Yeah, they have about a 2.3 second gap to Noguera at the moment, but what they've got to do is, like you said, work like a cycling peloton. The driver at front, when that DRS becomes active, just pulls to the edge, let everyone pull through, and then slot back in, use and conserve your energy, and then just keep getting pulled through and keep stopping like that. That'll increase the gap to the driver behind you without you losing any net time to yourself. But this battle for the lead of this race is still strong. Timo Marduk just pulling out there to cool his engine ever so slightly, but Tom 97 down the inside here. Alex Gillen tries to go around the outside. Alex has regained the lead of this race.
Yeah, 100%. If we could see tyres taken out, it would be wonderful to see what different strategies are going on. I'd love to see it. Right, Tom on those hard tyres as well. That's very interesting. So that's why Alex has been able to get in front so easily at this moment in time. Will that come to bite him in the end? Will Tom come out on those hard tyres and be advantageous? I don't really know, but Meraki and Ben, teammate Marduk, going with that medium as well. But Noguera, that guy Vince, and MSkyZ on the hard tyres for now. Bottom guys of Ches and Elray on the softs. They're just doing what they can, obviously trying to get more positions and hoping for a safety car. But yes, little calming down a little bit, but we have seen some scenes, TK.
We have indeed, and one thing I want to point out, Safso's got up into P5 and he's cut the distance to team at Marduk down by 7/10 in just a singular lap. He's only 1.5 off this pack already, dragging everybody else through with him. Noguera, that guy Vince, MSkyZ, all in that full pack. We've got 8 drivers who could potentially win this race at the moment. Sebzi holding up pretty much the rest of the field further back. He's in P9. There's a considerable gap to those, but at the lead of this race, it's anybody's game. Tom 97 just mere hundredths or tenths away from Alex Gillen as things stand. They just have to stay within DRS range at the moment, and this could be really, really interesting.
Yeah, 100%, but we can't talk enough about Meraki. That's quite insane. As Tom actually goes for the overtake of the race again, they are playing this smart. That's what I like to see. They both need to get away from Safso, who needs to fight. The next lap or two is very important to Safso. If he can get back into that DRS, then maybe there's something that our Season 1 champion can do. But if not, it looks like he will have to settle for best place 5th. Sevi, who at one point was 20 seconds away from the pack in last place, is now fighting for 10th place with Hayden Gillis. Can he get it done? Sevi looks like he's got it done on that inside line. Hayden might need to just say that's enough for now, or will he fight back coming into turn 3?
Yeah, Hayden playing it smart. He's had his fair share of being called the assassin this time around, and he's just going to stick behind Sebzi, play the fair game, and actually Razin tries to dive down the inside. It's not going to work this time around, and that is the battle for essentially the last of the point-paying positions here. Obviously, top 15 getting points, so it is crucial to finish this race. Persia, as things stand, will get a singular point here.
Yeah, 100%. Love to see it. We've seen some sad scenes though, for particularly Fabio. Feel very sorry for him. He's got into a bit of contact earlier, and that's put him down out of the point, or basically out of the points. Just with a couple of points there. That's not going to be good for his championship battle. He needs to start getting better luck soon. Sky Z, at one point we could have said he could have been a race winner. Now he's in 8th place. We'll see what he can do. Alex Gillen though, not giving up on this with Tom. Are we going to see another switch for the leads? I feel like it makes sense for them to keep doing this. But Vened and Tom might be fighting again. No, he's not. He just drops back in. He doesn't want to lose 2 spots with Meraki though, who must be feeling like a god among men at this moment in time. 17 spots.
Yeah, he's had a very considerable climb through the ranks here. It could be interesting. Tom's on those hard tyres, so in theory, could go to the end of this race. It's one thing they've got to watch out for. See, the other guys on the mediums, they may make it. The tyres might be dying, but nonetheless, it'll be something to watch out for in the differing strategies here. Tom at 97 just holding on, and Meraki almost pushing the McLaren there through the left-hander of Loop towards Aintree.
Yeah, definitely. Safso's been trying his best to get the time down, but he's kind of struggling a little bit. It's now about 2 seconds. He's lost about half a second from the first 4 guys of the pack. Teammate Marduk just he's not really looking to make the move right now. Like, we've not seen any sort of sense when he's been close. I feel like he's happy in this 4th place and is thinking, I'm just going to save my battery. We've seen it there on the screen. So he's got about 50% there. He's just going to be trying his best. Tom, very unfortunate, was having such a consistent race, got into contact with another driver a few laps ago and has now tumbled down a few spots as well. Sad to see for him, but Ben, as we say, as Razin picks up a 3-second time penalty, it's just kind of going from bad to worse with Razin. Razin had a little bit of contact with Emphatic, if I remember seeing that right in the clips, and it's just gone from bad to worse for him.
It has indeed. Will we see another switch for the lead here as Tom 97 just hangs behind Alex Gillen on this occasion, deciding not to retake the lead of this race. And I wonder if this could make a bit of a shift for Safso trying to regain some time. Like you said, Team at Marduk just sitting further back in this back, sitting in P4 on a thing, just recharging his battery, which could be a really smart play here from the Ferrari driver. Meraki, I think, doing the same, and then they'll eventually lead their charge as this race decides to progress.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's still about a game of wits now at this point. We're 35 laps in. There might be a safety car, maybe. Like, it definitely could happen, but I wouldn't be counting on it at this time. So it's all about strategy for these next sort of 15, 17 laps, right? And seeing who can kind of maximize the best out of it. We might see pit stops, we might not, especially the hard runners might be going. As Tom sniffing there on the inside, but decides not to do anything. Happy to remain behind Alex for the time being. SkyZ on the push, trying to get up there as Tom also gets an overtake done on Sevi. So that's SkyZ and Tom up another spot.
Yeah, the lead for this battle still hasn't given us any bad opportunities as things stand. Safso in the background of your shot there, still holding P5. The time just teetering on that 2-second mark as Noguera, M-Sky and Datkai Vint still follow him through this Silverstone circuit. But the top four, as it still stands, Alex Gillen, Tom97, Meraki and Tia McMurdoch, they're just holding on for dear life, I think. Just trying to stay in the rhythm with these guys, and maybe a bit of engine cooling there going on for Tia McMurdoch as well. He's been racing in the dirt. Yeah, Alex Gillen having to hold off, and it's Tom97 down the inside to retake the lead of this race here. Safso and Noguera actually having a bit of side-by-side there. Safso just holding on.
Yeah, good on Saf, so he'll be definitely happy if the race ends like this. Sevi getting the jump back on Tom, by the way. They're going for it at it. They're going at it every lap, it seems. But Alex, definitely in second place now. We'll be feeling the pressure with Meraki and Tia McMurdoch behind. Like, I feel like we're setting up, oh, is he going for the move? Is he thinking about it? He is thinking about it. The space has been left, so it has to go around the outside now. Meraki knew how to defend that quite well and will keep the spot for now. That was great defending from Meraki. He let him in, but then closed them as well.
Yeah, fantastic stuff there. He was aware of Ben's presence on his right-hand side, gave the Ferrari the room, and then just absolutely slammed the door in his face in the safest manner he possibly could. M-Sky-Z there gets up the inside of Noguera as well, up into P6 for himself. And the battle's still starting to figure themselves out. Tom up to P9 there. As Sevi has to drop back down to P10. These two having a good old battle further back in the grid, aren't they?
Yeah, no, definitely giving us some action as well, but all eyes are up at the top because Tom97 has just broke DRS. That is incredible, and if I remember correctly, he was on the hard tyres as opposed to Alex being on the medium tyres, so that is big news now. It looks like, you know, even teammate Murdoch's kind of not had the best lap as well. He's struggling a little bit, or vice versa. Meraki's just pushed very hard. But look at SkyZ. He's now coming right up the field. He is a man with a plan. He's on a vendetta. He is ready for this. He's just like, do you know what? You're 2.4 seconds ahead of me. I'm coming for you, Ben. I am coming for you. As Tom97 gets the fastest lap.
He does indeed. I think Alex Gillen went a little bit wide as they ran through Cops that last time around. That's what's led to this increased gap between P2 and P1 here as things stand. Tom97 obviously putting in a fantastic lap, burning a little bit extra ERS as well, and he can run away, knowing that he doesn't have to do another pit stop as we run with about 15 laps to go here in the F1 Creator Series. Alex Gillen, Meraki and Tim McMurdoch will be left to fight it out for the podium positions, and Alex Gillen and Tim McMurdoch have a good bit of history, and Meraki quite sandwiched in the middle.
Yeah, amazing to see. Lap 37 of 52. We've had it all. We've had highs and lows. We've had carnage. We also have Tom fighting his way back up as well into 9th place. Again, overtaking Sevi. They guys are having a great battle together. But Meraki, I still can't get over it, TK.
Yeah.
That man he's just nailed the strat, right? He absolutely nailed the strat from the beginning. He was the only person to go into soft tyres, and he gained 11 spots by the time he went off them.
That he did. Alex Gillen here could be a bit of a sitting duck on the straightaway as both Meraki and Tim McMurdoch get past him. He was out of DRS range from Tom97 in front. Alex Gillen actually flashing as well. So that rear light indicating that he's got less than 10% of his battery left to deploy. And the Haas could be out of the podium spot here if he doesn't try and keep up with Tim McMurdoch and Meraki, as they could pull away through the field here.
You're right. If I'm Alex, I just don't even make a move now. But for the first time, we've been teetering on this for ages, but for the first time in a long time, we've got Ben and Alex right next to each other. Okay, so let's just see what happens. But if I'm Alex, I need to reserve my battery now for the last sort of 5 laps, because Ben has a major advantage. He's obviously had to push a lot. He's been fighting for the front of the train. Sometimes that's not the best place to be, right?
Yeah, no, it's all about personnel and where you find yourself most comfortable. Tim and Marduk and Meraki have had a good run in the middle and the back of that pack, being able to recharge the ERS, just get themselves locked in for when they want to make that move. And now it's Alex Gillen's turn with 14 laps of this race remaining. He could just take this opportunity to recharge the batteries, rethink what he's going to do. Obviously, whether his tyres hold up or not is a completely separate question as things stand, but Meraki has brought Tom97 back into DRS range, so the Williams not as vulnerable as we first thought he might be here.
Yeah, definitely. There seems to be big gains and big losses being made from Tom. It's like he gets out of DRS, then he kind of falls back in a little. He's not being able to properly make the move yet, and if I've got Meraki behind me, he's going to be pushing because he does not want to lose this DRS. As you can see, already down to about 7/10 difference between them. Alex, at this moment in time, I'm not too sure if he's just choosing to stay behind or if he is actually going to struggle with pace at some point. But it's not very often we're looking at Alex Gillen struggling with pace. So we'll see what he can do. Sky Z, though, is not really catching this pack of 4. The DRS is quite strong, and obviously everyone's a very fast racer. But at this moment in time, Sky Z is going to have to really, really pull out the stops to gain about 1.7 seconds to get back in.
Yeah, it's a big ask there for the Alfa Romeo driver Alex Gillen, not dropping too far back. Whether Alex Gillen's tyres lost could actually impact Meraki and Tim and Marduk here as well. Tom97 on the harder tyre as well. So this could be a really interesting race strategy. We've got different tyre strats. When that last safety car came out, we've got about 13 laps of racing to go here as I do the quick maths in my head. And Meraki starting to charge down for the lead of this race. This would actually make Meraki's win number 8 here in the Creator Series.
Yeah, no, and if it... honestly, if he does this goes down, it's just legendary. If he can actually pull this win out, like I can't really get over just how impressive that actually is in this lobby. So we'll see what he can do. But right now, Alex nearly lost DRS, but he's been able to kind of get back in a little bit as well. As we're seeing, some of the drivers sort of kind of separate themselves. Tom is in 9th place, not really looking to get any higher. He's 10 seconds behind Vince. But see people like Vince, Noguera. Like Noguera at one point actually literally just makes a move on Safso into 6th place, so good on him. But at one point he was in contact with Razin and lost like 5-6 spots. Like, it's actually quite incredible that he's got himself back into this position of 6th place and getting some decent points. Safso, good for him in a good position here, and Skyzy doing his best, but that gap is now 3 seconds.
Yeah, exactly that. But there's 2 major packs happening at the moment. You've got the front 4 runners, and you've got MSkyZ, but who's kind of dropped Noguera at the moment. He's in a bit of a no man's land, so to speak. He's 2 seconds off Noguera further behind. He's 3 seconds off Alex Gillen in front. So he's either got to drop back, hope the drivers behind him just try and improve him, or hope the drivers in front of him start to battle a little bit more. We had a question from chat: who has the most wins in Creator Series? It will be Alex Gillen, who is on 12 wins so far, and actually, of the races he's attended over the 6 seasons, he's won 48% of them.
That is incredible. That is such amazing stats. I love to see that. So well done to him. Let's see if we can see any more of that come the end of the race. Look how close that is with Razin. Razin is just having a weekend to forget at this moment in time, but you cannot be disheartened. 11th place is still points. That can still come into play at the end. At the end of the day, we actually have a yellow flag. And they're coming into the start of Sector 2. I think that is, yes, it's Persia who's just not having a good day. It's all went wrong for Persia again. I hate to see it, TK. I'll go find out what happened.
Yeah, we'll be able to bring you that in just a brief moment's time. But Meraki really starting to put pressure on Tom97 here for the lead of this race as they round the final corner to start lap 41 of 52 here. 11 laps of racing to go. And this is still spicing up. I've got a kind of a full breakdown of who's got what wins so far, at least on this grid. Tim and Marduk and Meraki tied on 7. Sky Z and Tom97 both have 6 respectively. But we'll stay on board with the battle as things stand. Tom97 just managing to hold on to the lead of this race. And like you said, there is a stats page within the standing spreadsheet. Meraki down the inside here to get the lead of this race as they run down towards Brooklands, round the left-hander, round the right-hander now of Luffield, and Meraki has almost achieved his last to first here. He just has to hold on.
Indeed, it's taken 41 laps, but for the first time in this race, he is in first. He started last with a time on intermediate tyres and is now in first place. That is absolutely crazy. But Alex and looks like Teammate Murdoch's making a move on the outside. Very interesting place to make a move, but gets it done super safe. Tom97 now down to third. Great move.
Yeah, incredible bit of traction there from Teammate Murdoch. He absolutely sent it as they went into Maggots and Beckett's. You don't typically see moves made there, but the Ferrari driver deciding he had just enough to be able to send it, and actually might have enough straight line speed to send it on Meraki here. He decides otherwise, and that's probably a sensible decision. Just hold off the DRS for another day. Tom97 then down to P3. He's been leading this race for so long. He just has to sit in the pack, wait his chance, and go again, I think.
Yeah, needs to get himself some DRS recharge, right? So that'll help him for that. Safso and Nogueira fighting for that 6th place. Every point matters. And Fratic and Hayden fighting as well for 12. Every point matters indeed down the bottom here. Especially if you're someone like Fratic and Hayden. Both people are in, as far as I'm aware, are in the playoff position at this time. They need more points. They desperately need more points. So hopefully they can get more of that. Alex Gillen in 4th place with just behind Tom97. He's just been recharging. As far as I'm aware, he's just sitting back, not losing this pack, getting his battery ready as much as he can. And yes, everyone, Gareth, thank you. Please vote for your EA Sports Creator Series Driver of the Day. We will announce the results at the end of this race. Get voting. Let us know who you think is the best driver of today and why it's Meraki.
I share your sentiments there, Scott. Obviously coming from P20 on the grid and coming through to hold P1 as things currently stand. I think if anyone can stop Meraki, it will be Tom97. He won here last time around in Season 4. He won the sprint race as well. Being told he's not regaining as much ERS as he would have liked, but that could really hamper his opportunities. Meraki could have it played into his hand, but Teammate Murdoch, once again, with that DRS, just sits behind.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's who's the smart? Like, right now, Meraki's in the lead, and it looks really good for the story. But is he not getting extra ERS that he could be using? Like, I feel like sometimes 10 laps to go, being in the lead can be a bit disadvantageous, whatever the word is, for that. But Teammate Murdoch might go for the move. You know, he's not been the first for a while. He might go for the move as well, but he might just stay behind. Skyzy's staying about 3 seconds away from them. It's definitely a 4-horse race, although if there was a safety car anytime soon, then we have actual carnage and we will basically have a 5-lap race at the end. Yeah,
it could be interesting to see if the safety car does come out later on. Obviously, we've got 17 runners at the moment. Pretty much everyone that's DNF from this race has done so not on their own accord, so really unfortunate for himself. But Meraki does still lead this race. Teammate Murdoch just behind it. Tom97 slots in 3rd place. Alex Gillen still just holding on after that earlier incident. And as we continue going through, this battle for 4 is essentially where we will find our race leader, unless we see anything dramatic happen here.
Yeah, absolutely love to see it. So, 4-horse race. What can they do? Who is going to take the lead? Also, very good to just speak out for Safso, Nogueira and Vince as well. They're going to get some good points today. Really good result for them at this moment in time. But Tom97, what is he able to do? He's led most of the race. Oh, and Teammate Murdoch takes the lead of the race, which could potentially be really good for Meraki. Gives him a chance to now just sit back for a second, or maybe he'll just go back for the next lap.
Yeah, we're being told that Ben has 90% ERS. He took the opportunity to sit back here, recharge that ERS, and then he pounced as we start lap 44 or 55 here. And this could go anybody's way. Anyone who sat back, Alex Gillen, continues to fall off the pack a little bit. He's just holding with them. Obviously 4 tenths to Tom97, and then 4 tenths up to Meraki and Teammate Murdoch as they are respectively in the grid at the moment. Teammate Murdoch holding the lead of this race. His teammate in Fratic down in P12 hasn't had the best race so far. Bear in mind, they started side by side on the grid.
Yeah, 100%. It's been 2 completely different races, but in Fratic, as much as he's a crazy good fast driver, just seems to just not have the great serious luck that some drivers seem to get. Definitely, we've seen it last week. He was DNF'd almost immediately. This week, he's struggling to get a few points. He really will be starting to worry about that playoff spots. But you know what? If he gets into the playoffs, I'm sure he'll kick ass, get right back out of it. But yes, let's see. Meraki, 0.2 of a second coming coming into Magazabekis, what can he do coming out of this exit? Will he go for the move? I'm not too sure. It's a weird sort of time right now. You don't really know what's going to work out, but do you know what? If you're Tom97, you can't let these guys fight too much and get away from you, because he still needs to overtake 2 spots, right?
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one. Meraki does take back the lead of the race then as they round that the final few corners here of lap number 44. The laps diminishing very, very quickly, and I think Tim McMardick will be knowing that. He's got a bit of a strategic play up his sleeve, I wonder, for the Ferrari pit strategy, but Meraki has decided he wants all the glory, at least on track as things stand. Tom97 and Alex Gillen just sitting back, biding their time. I wonder if these two have a little plan for their own. Alex Gillen, we know, if he can recharge that ERS, which it looks like he is doing from a very brief look there, about 60-70%, he'll be in ample opportunity to be able to make a move later here.
Yeah, definitely. Who has the strats? Who has made the right call? Who has conserved their tyres long enough? Remember, we do have that tyre difference of Tom97 being on the hard tyres. At this point, is he just going to start gaining extra time and advantage over these first 2 positions? My head says yes. My head says 19 laps on medium tyres is not good for medium tyres. And at this point, Tom97 should actually, by the end of the race, be the fastest driver in this top 4.
Yeah, being told Ben's hit 100% ERS. He's completely recharged that battery, as we can see on the screens there, running through Beckett's, through Chapel as well. And we run now down the hangar straight. Team McMardick will be in a prime position, not only to overtake Meraki here, but then try an almighty charge to break out of that DRS zone if he can run successfully through the first few corners before they head towards the Wellington Straight, the next DRS opportunity here.
Yeah, 100%. He will need to see what ERS management does it, because if you have 100%, you can't use it all in the one lap, so you will need to dish it out a little bit more evenly, but still can just push, I think, about 60% in the final lap before it kind of charges you out. But Meraki, I genuinely can't. Look how much ERS he has as well. Like, this is mad. Like, he has just nailed this race. I cannot say it enough, just how incredibly well this man has nailed this race. And like, if he was in P1, like, would it have been the same result? Because the race could have been different. Do you know what I mean? It almost feels like starting 20th was the play for him.
Yeah, it was a bold strategy right off the bat, but obviously he decided that's what he wanted to do. Like we've been told in chat, the Season 4 protagonists are at the front. Indeed they are. Interestingly enough, last time around, it was M-Sky-Z that took the win out here in Silverstone, the last fan-voted Grand Prix in Season 4. But I don't think he's going to get the win today. He's just a little bit too far back here in P5.
Yeah, incredible. Tom and Razin also having a little fight down from 9th and 10th. These points will become crucial in the end as well. But yeah, this is it. Lap 46 out of 52. We're getting to that last. We're almost kind of just waiting, right? We're at that stage. We're kind of waiting for a few more laps. We're just sort of switching the lead of the race. Meraki goes again. Waiting for laps 50, 51 and 52 to see who has actually nailed the strategy and who has conserved their tyres the best. Like, conserving tyres, you don't understand how important it can be, especially if you're all on the same tyre. They could all be 20 laps old, but if other people have maybe lifted and coasted a little bit, preserved them better, then they might just have that extra bit of grip come the last couple of laps.
Yeah, some drivers further back as well. Razin, Chai and Tom really battling it out for the lower positions here, 9th and 10th respectively. But they'll having a good battle. Razin Chai, I think, has 6 seconds of penalties as well. So that could be really interesting. But back up at the front, Meraki and Tim McMardick continue to go side by side as they stand. Tim McMardick on 7 wins overall in this Creator Series. Meraki also on 7 wins. If either of them could get it, they'll join Alex Gillen on the second step of the all-time wins in Creator Series with 8 wins. That's a lot of times me saying win, but we'll stick with it.
Yes, and let's hope he wins it all over again. No, I love it. Incredible stats, TK. I love having our very own young Crofty in the box, giving us everything that we need to know about the future, the past, and the present of this Creator Series. Tom97, though, I feel like he's just a silent assassin at this moment. He's kind of just biding his time. He's not once went for a move for second and first in the last maybe 4, 5, 6 laps, as long as we've been watching. But as we see the switching again of the lead, Ben and Meraki, Team McMardick and Meraki, and doing incredibly well not to slow each other down so much. If anything, they're all just getting further away from 5th place Sky-Z. But Tom97, I'm watching him. I think he's just going to pounce at the end of this race, but let's see.
Yeah, they'll go like this till the end of this race as we cross the line. 5 laps of racing to go, and it's been like this since the safety car restart. There's no separating these 4 as things stand. An absolutely incredible display they put on at the moment. Through setbacks and pushbacks and safety cars and carnage, these 4 continue to put on a fantastic display, and it's not over yet. Do not change that dial anywhere, because this is going right till the end of the race. We're at lap 52 of lap 52, coming up very, very shortly.
Yeah, Alex Pierce we just back to work, but we're jumping off the old driver. Alex still with them, but so I keep the list and top 3 and then top 4. So I'm gonna say give them the key and get absolutely love it.
Yeah, I think we're just having a few audio issues. Bear in mind, that's Discord, unfortunately, not our side. So, yeah, Tim and Monik still holding the lead of the race. Meraki in P2. Tom behind him. Alex Gillen behind him. Just to put this into perspective, combined between them, they've got 32 wins. This top 4 have 32 wins in the Creator Series out of, I don't know how many races we've done. I think it's 52 races we've done in the Creator Series here. Absolutely incredible stuff as we round for lap 49 of 52 at the moment. Absolutely incredible stuff we're watching here. We'll continue on with Tim and Monica and Meraki rounding the final few corners here. And Meraki coming under pressure here from Tom 97, rounding turn number 1. And these 3 starting to pull away a little bit of a gap from Alex Gillen. Not too considerable. It's only 3/10 to Tom 97. It's an audacious send down the inside of Village there. A fantastic late break. A little bit of masterclassery from the McLaren driver up into P2 for himself. He didn't have to send it there, but he decided to anyway. He now has his eyes set on the lead of this race and down towards Luffield and Brooklyn as they run now. The left-hander Tom just holding on to this race. I think we might have lost Scott temporarily, so we'll stay on board with this lead battle. Everybody else starting to fan out further back. Hayden Gullis on and Infratic at the bottom of your screens can see there's a little bit of battle going on between themselves. 12th and 13th. Razin Chai gets himself back up into P9, further back, beating out Tom as he runs into Brooklands and Luffield for himself. These 2 have been at it all afternoon, swapping 9th and 10th respectively. They continue to battle it out here this afternoon as we run through lap 49 of 52. We'll continue to keep on board. I think we have completely lost Scott. I'll have to keep you going. We're rounding the final few corners now. Tom takes the lead of the race. Team at Marduk up to P2 there. Apologies for missing that, but Meraki holding P3. Alex Gillen still secretly holding it down to P4, and he might make a last-minute charge here as we run down towards the final few laps of this race. And down towards the sector number 2 they run. Tom from Team at Marduk, from Meraki from Gillen. These front 4 providing a fantastic end to what has been a dramatic race left, right and centre. Tom 97 indeed has the tyre advantage. He's on those harder tyre. Everyone behind him will be on absolutely diminishing mediums. And that is where we might see an advantage as there might be moves down the inside. Meraki tries to send it down the inside on Team at Marduk. Alex Gillen's run wide as they run down through Brooklands round Luffield now. And Team at Marduk trying to put pressure on Tom 97. He can't do it this time around, and Tim and Molly just has to sit back and gain the DRS once again. Alex Gillen lucky to stay within that DRS range of our front runners. But it's Tom 97 still leading this race. Then the Ferrari behind him is eager in anticipation. He's got the dying tyres, so he has to try and make the move where he can. Meraki almost pushing the Ferrari through there as he run up towards the final few corners here, down towards Valen Club to finish off lap 50 of 52 to start the penultimate lap here. And I think we might have got Scott back.
Yes, my complete Discord just crashed, but the internet remains fine. Thank you very much. We're back, lap 50. Are we still in the DRS train with the 4 cars? We are. TK, what did I miss?
It was still carnage. There was minimal overtakes here. Tim at Marduk took back P2, and it looks like Alex Gillen could start his charge here for P4 on the grid. And Alex Gillen has just been sitting like a praying mantis, waiting for that opportunity to strike. And I wonder when the Haas will decide to do so. There was a little bit of a look there down towards Village. He decides against it this time around. But Tom 97 still holds on to the lead of this race as we run up the Wellington Straight for one penultimate time here, Scott.
This is it. I'm now jumping onto the Meraki train. Can he get this done? Can he get the P20 to P1 done? We have about 1.5 laps of racing left. This has been absolutely intense. Any one of these drivers can win it. Tom 97 on those hard tyres. Tiamat Marduk, Meraki and Alex Gillen all on those medium tyres. Are they dying about now? Are the hard tyres feeling better? I would guess so, but what can we do coming in to finalise such an amazing race that has been so fun to watch? I cannot believe these 4 drivers are so close. They've been amazingly done, but they have, what, 4 DRS sections left?
Yeah, it'll be 3 DRS sections left on this Silverstone circuit as they run now down towards Stowe Corner, and this is one of the final 3 DRS sectors they'll have. It is still Tom leading Tiamat Marduk, leading Meraki, leading Alex Gillen, and Tom so far has played this race absolutely perfectly. He chose the harder tyre when the safety car went in, and he's now reaping the benefits. The medium runners behind him can't seem to keep up at the moment. They're deciding not to make any silly moves, and now it is all down to this one final lap of racing, 3.66 miles to go, and Perja gets the fastest lap of the race right in the back, P17, but will stay up at this battle. Tom has just got to hold on for a few more miles. The team from Woking, based an hour and a half from here, might just be able to do enough to hold on to get the win, but Tiamat Marduk will be doing everything in his power not to let that happen. Meraki and Alex Gillen also chomping at the bit, but I don't think DRS is going to be powerful enough to make up for what it lacks in the corners as things stand. Tiamat Marduk can't send it into Brooklands this time around. Round Luffield they go now, down the old pit straight, down towards Cops. Will we see a move here by Tiamat Marduk? Down side by side. I don't think he's going to be close enough. Meraki might be able to pull some tricks, but it's not going to happen this time around. They got one more opportunity, or maybe 2 more opportunities to make the heavy braking count as they run down towards Stowe and then run down towards Vale. But for now, Tiamat Marduk has to sit behind and watch Tom 97 just hold on to the lead of this race. DRS opens for the final time here. Tiamat Marduk's that much closer. He feints to the inside, looks to the outside now, and they're going wheel to wheel. There's a little bit of rubbing between them. Ben goes round the outside. Can he hold on though to the lead of this race? It was last ditch attempt for the Ferrari as he breaks now into Vale, rounding Club Corner. Tiamat Marduk just gets the move at the last time of asking, and Tiamat Marduk will be your race winner here this afternoon. Tom 97 quite couldn't hold on. Meraki will go from last to podium, and Alex Gillen will just have to slot into P4 here.
Yeah, that was incredible scenes. Tiamat Marduk with the race win. Your driver of the day as well. Of course, it has to be none other than Meraki in the Williams car. What he done today was absolutely incredible. But let's not take it away from Tiamat Marduk as well, because he was halfway down the leaderboard as well when this race started. So an incredible performance from him, from Tom, just consistent Tom up there as well. And Alex Gillen, he'll be happy enough with that 4th place, getting some points. Tom with a B finished 9th as well. That's okay for him. He had a bit of a rough race. That'll be good for him, at least some points. And then Fratic actually getting a couple of points down the bottom, but not as much as Hayden. So this playoffs battle is going to be looking a bit tense. TK.
Yeah, it's I'll tell you what, it was drama from start to finish. Hoodie Pete just crossing the line there will score the last of the points-paying positions here in the Creator Series. Chesnoid Gaming will finish P16. I think Perja DNFing right at the end there, so Chesnoid will watch as he comes up to the line through the final few corners, rounding Club, just to take the applause of the crowd. But Safso will score P7, just 0.008 of a second there behind P6. And a very consistent finish here from Safso in Creator Series. He qualified P7, finished P7 last time around. Finished. My notes have gone. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, finished P7 last time around in Season 4 here in Silverstone, and then finishes P7 this afternoon. Talk about consistency, Scott.
Yes, and talk about the man Safso raiding in as well. Well done, Safso. Great to see that. Love to see it as well. As we'll go through the final results, we'll get that for you once that comes up on the screen, and then I'll stay with you for a couple of minutes. We'll go through some of the clips that we've missed in the race, and then I think we have some interviews from some of these amazing drivers. TK, who finished where?
Well, it was Tiamat Marduk that took the win at the end there, just 1.6 tenths ahead of Tom 97, who couldn't quite round out the perfect week weekend. Tom 97 finished second set of the podium. Meraki with an incredible drive from P20 up to P3. A one to be proud of, and driver of the day for himself as well. Alex Gillen will have to settle for P4 at the moment, just down one position from where he qualified. And then the rest of the finishes this afternoon, Sky Z finished P5. Noguera, Safso, that guy Vince, Tom, and Razin Chai are your top 10 finishers. And then Hayden Gullis, Sevi, Infratic, Elray Guri, and Hoodie Pete are your points finishers this afternoon. And then Chesnoid, Persia, Matty D, GB68, and Curbs are everybody who took part in this race. Obviously, the 3 drivers DNF through no fault of their own this afternoon.
Yep, we've seen some wild scenes, TK. If I can steal us for Clipbook for a few minutes, that would be great. I've got some clips to show you of where things happened at various points of the races. We'll get that up for you in a little second. Here we go. First off, what I'm going to be showing you is Persia having some contact with Elray earlier. Let's see what happened here. Okay, this was lap 40 of 52. Persia goes for that inside, gets a little bit of contact, takes the damage out, looks, he has a little chuckle to himself. Love to see it, but yeah, just kind of, the space just kind of disappeared. I'll let you guys be the judge of what's happened there, but that is exactly what happened with Persia, in case you were wondering. Moving on, we've got a lot more for us here, don't you worry. This is where we're going to be looking at Razin, okay, and this is contact with Persia, who we've just been watching, okay, so this is what happened here. Lap 30, goes in, gets a bit of a touch, spins Persia out. It's almost like a roadblock with cars behind as well. This is where some people lost out quite badly. But yet, Razin just a bit unfortunate. Persia just cuts in there. I feel like he's entitled to cut in there. A little bit unfortunate. Obviously not meant. It's just a lot of drivers very close to each other. And a little bit unfortunate there. Alright. We also have some more for you. We're going to be jumping on board with Fabio. So let's get that up here. And let's see what happened to Fabio, because he is rough. He's having a rough season so far, and we know that he can get some really, really good results. But sadly, when he was in lap 29, this happened. Coming into turn 3 on the inside. Watch this. Luke gets a little bit squiggly coming around here. Gets tapped at the back, spins out. Almost identical to what we kind of just watched with Razin and Persia. And that's what happens to Fabio. Drops all the way down. Very unfortunate to see in that regard. And jumping on board with any Tom fans, I've got a little clip of what happened to him. He was actually being quite consistent in this race, but once this happened, kind of struggled to kind of get back into it. So, jumping onto Tom, roughly the same parts in the lap, very close racing between them all. Coming into this turn 3, look at the chaos around him. Like, what is he actually meant to do? Gets a little bit of touch on the Red Bull. And because of that, gets slammed in the back by the Alfa Romeo, then goes into Infratic, then gets stopped, loses all the spaces. You can see he's raging about it. And that is why, let's go and look at that again, because I feel like a lot just happened there, right? So he gets a little bit of touch off Elray, right? That's already bad enough. But then that, Sky Z coming into the side of him, he knocks Infratic. That momentum knocks Tom into Infratic, spins him out. That is what happened. And absolutely crazy. And one final clip for us all. This was Noguera's contact with Razin a lot earlier into the race, and I'm actually quite happy with how Noguera was able to get back into this, because this is kind of what happened. Again, like, not Razin's fault. Like it's just this track. It's a little bit difficult, but as you see, it's a little bit of the touch. Goes off the track, just kind of runs out of track, hits this car of GB trying to get back on, and then just loses all the spots after. Everyone just overtakes. You know what it's like when there's that many cars close to each other. Nothing he can do. It drops about 5-6 places. TK, that is all the clips I've got for you.
Well, it was definitely a drama-filled race from start to finish, and an absolutely incredible show. I hope everyone at home enjoyed it as well. I know I certainly did. And I hope everyone else did. I think, should we interview some people as well? Let's get Tim. I think we're going to get Tim McMardick in, a race winner for the first interview, if I can find the correct button to press. There we go. And let's drag him across and have a little chat with Mr. Ben Daly here.
Oh.
Tim McMardick or Ben, hello, sorry, we caught you mid-conversation there. But welcome in. Congratulations on the race win. A fantastic last lap overtake. Was that in the planning all along?
Yeah, I was trying my darndest to stay in second, because second is where you want to be. You have the DRS on the cars ahead, and usually you can save a bit of battery and a bit of fuel, and it's the most comfortable position to be in. So I tried my best to kind of like leave gaps to Tom in the final few laps so that I could push a little bit of battery to catch up to him, but not actually overtake him. It was a really hard balance to strike. And yeah, that was one of my best managed races of Creator Series, I think I've got to say.
Yeah, it was a fantastic drive and great to watch from the commentary box. I don't think we were ever quite sure who was going to finish where at one point. The top 4, anyone could have been on that podium.
Literally, yeah, it could have gone to anyone, and it just depended on circumstance. If someone burned battery at a weird point and we went side by side, and then the person behind catches up and they use battery, like, it could have descended into anarchy. But thankfully, a lot around us were pretty good. We were pretty well behaved, and yeah, we come out on top, which was absolutely massive for the championship.
Indeed, it will be. And I think we saw some contact, some instances earlier on. You did really well to recover from those and get back to obviously the top step of the podium. Scott, any questions for our race winner as well?
Yeah, like, you seem to just be on a bit of a momentum this season. Are you starting to believe that you can kind of finish this off, or are we still taking an early game? Or because you seem to just be Mr. Consistent this season. You're getting into all these positions, and you know you got some extra points on Alex Gillen. How did that feel?
Yeah, that was good. It was good to beat him in an on-track fair battle. So that's good for the old confidence. Up until today, I'd scored points in every single race session. But we lost some points in the sprint with the Jake incident. So yeah, I had to make up for it in the race, and I'm glad we did. But yeah, I'm taking it one race at a time, to be honest. So much can happen. These sprint races throw an extra curveball. So every week we just got to keep turning up and keep scoring points, and just keep extending that lead, because I might be missing a race, but we'll see.
We will indeed, and that's the exact right attitude to have. And thank you so much as always for coming to chat to us post race.
No worries, guys. Enjoy. See you next week.
See you next week. And well, that was lovely to chat to Ben there. We'll put him back in his little chat room with Tom. But let's get Tom in. Obviously, P2 in this race. A fantastic drive from himself. And I'll hopefully get the button as I drag him in. I don't think Tom's provided us. But Tom, welcome in. A valiant effort nonetheless, if it didn't result in the race win. How did that go from your own eyes?
A lot of fun. Good race. It's tough to break DRS. You know, that's the reality of Silverstone. Fair play to Ben. Managed the battery beautifully, and I tried. I needed the good exit out of the S's on the last lap, and I probably had my worst one in like 10 laps. So yeah, on me. Could have done better. But Ben did a good job. It
was ever chopping and changing. Of course, the slightly different tyre strategy as well. Yourself going on the hards when that safety car came in. How did that affect your mentality on the last few laps?
It didn't change much. There's not a lot in the medium and the hard, hence why I started on them. Like, I think there's like a 3-5% difference in tyre wear after like 20, laps or so. They're quite similar. So not a lot in it really. I felt like at the end I was struggling for grip a bit, hence when Jake and Ben caught me and overtook me. But yeah, just generally the pace was good. I had no real big issue. I managed to break DRS with Alex Gillen at the time when I think like around that 25-30 give or take when after the restart. So I did my job, but I drained all my battery in the process, and then I basically spent the last 20 laps charging it back up for the final assault, which I knew was going to happen. So yeah. Yeah,
it was definitely chaotic. And Scott, any questions for Tom here?
Yeah, how are you feeling for the rest of the season? Tracks that you like? Obviously, this was the fan vote GP, so it could have been anything. First off, do you even like Silverstone as a track? I think most people do, but is it one of your favourites, or are you looking forward to more tracks than the rest of the calendar?
It's okay for me. Usually, it's I like the track, but it's not one of my strongest tracks in terms of pace, even though I like it. So I'll take it. Good result. I was, joking with the guys in my chat. I was trying to complete the Infinity Stones challenge. So I wanted to get sprint win, interpole, race win, and fastest lap. I got 3 of the 5. So and I did have the fastest lap until Poyo took it at the end. So nearly got it. But yeah, unfortunately my wings were a bit too high, and Ben took the win. So go again.
We exactly correct attitude, like Ben was saying when he had a little chat. It's just turning up every week, getting those consistent points, and that's what sees you through. But again, fantastic result for yourself, and thank you for taking the time to come chat to us.
No worries, cheers fellas.
And we'll drop Tom back in, and we'll get Meraki in for one final interview here as we switch over there. Mr. Meraki,
Hello.
Well, first of all, hello, congratulations. How did that go from your end?
It was fun. It was fun. It was, honestly, I don't know why my camera's lagging so much. It's probably better just to have a picture of me, to be honest. But, yeah, I was kind of up against it in the sprint. Obviously, not ideal with coming together with Ben and Alex. And, yeah, Alex by the end was a bit more all over the place. And in qualifying, for whatever reason, my PC decided to not work. It decides not. I don't know why. So I had to reset it, and then obviously while I was doing that, I ran out of time to do a lap. So I unintentionally had to start at the back again. And yeah, it was just a matter of keeping it clean. I think I had a really fun race though, just overtaking everybody. Like it was honestly, I don't know if you caught it on the broadcast there, the overtake on Elry. That was like,
was that the audacious send into Village and Loop? I think we did.
I think it was.
Yeah,
I think it was. Or no, I think it's into Brooklands.
We might
have
have
Brooklands on the safety car.
You had quite a lot of sends, which paid off for you.
Yeah, yeah. I had so much fun that race. I had so much fun that race. So it's yeah. Honestly, until the last couple of laps, it was quite boring. So I started asking everybody what their favorite cheese was and everything, and favorite biscuits, and so I was literally just in that train, not doing anything. So I thought I might as well make it a bit entertaining.
Fair enough. And I'll hand it over to Scott here as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got to say, like, that first stint on the soft tyres is probably one of the best things I've watched in the F1 23 this whole year. I think that was absolutely incredible. Like, it's not even a question, it's just, like, well done. Like, that must have been so much fun doing that, right?
It was, because I was surprised that no one else was on soft. I'm pretty sure no one else was, right?
No, I don't think
so. I was... Yeah, so I just thought I kind of have to send it and kind of hope for a safety car. And that's kind of why I started on the softs. So... here we are.
Just
it was fun.
Incredible. And like looking forward to the rest of the calendar, like are you looking forward to it? Do you think you can take a fight for first? Because I feel like one of these days, if you just start in the top 3, you'll win, you know?
Yeah. It's almost like something's up against me to not qualify this season. Obviously last season I did it by choice. Yeah. And now this season, obviously I bottled my lap in Suzuka, and now my PC decides to not PC, so that's why I started last today, and yeah, maybe hopefully if the stars align, I'll actually be able to qualify, like it'll allow me to. So,
well, fingers crossed for you, and wish you all the best heading into China. How are you looking forward to that? Positive, negative, or kind of somewhere in between?
So the last time we did China, I felt fast, but my internet had an issue, so. I don't know. I felt pretty quick. Like, I was in a pretty good position until the PC did its thing, or the internet did its thing. So I'm kind of looking forward to. I'm looking forward to Singapore though. I love Singapore. Yeah.
But no. Congratulations, a good podium, some good points for yourself.
Thank you.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Team Atmodic has just overtaken you for all-time points in the Creator Series. He's now 10 points ahead of you.
That's fine. I think he should get a 20-second time penalty for taking me out in the sprint, to be honest. So we can change that.
Well, we'll bring it to the social media stewards, but thank you, Meraki, for taking the time to come chat to us once again.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Well, I'll let Meraki leave because I can't drag him to another room. Let's go have a look at how our standings. We've been told they've been updated. So let's go have a look at how they look after that race. It's Team Atmodic who leads or continues to lead the Drivers' Championship. 73 points for himself. MSkyZ just holding on to P2. And Meraki just behind him in P3. Only 5 points off. So still a lot to play for. The Constructors' top 3, I can tell you. Ferrari have 81 points. Alfa Romeo and Alpine are drawn on 65 points. Alfa Romeo hold P2 because of MSkyZ's win.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Curbs, I'm looking at Infratic, I'm looking at Persia, looking at Matty D, who are in that sort of playoff kind of spot. And like, yes, we've still got rounds left, but it is getting there. When pretty much halfway through, come next week, we'll be like halfway through that, we'll be about halfway through, right? So like, it's never. We need to be watching these guys for the next month of their life to see if they can get out of these playoff positions, because if you're an F2 driver, all you want to do is be in the playoffs. But if you're an F1 driver, it's the last place you want to be. You want your seat secured going into F1 24. And at this moment in time, there's 5 spots that are not. 4 spots, sorry.
Exactly that. It's your worst nightmare as an F1 driver. It's heaven as an F2 driver as things stand. We saw some fantastic racing in the F2 cars, and we saw some equally good racing here in the F1 cars. But on to next week in China. Obviously, you race in the F2 Championship. How are you looking forward to it?
Oh yeah, like love China. It's such a good track. I actually never liked it, but it's kind of grown on me. Now it's a fun track. I'm looking forward to it, but for the F1 drivers, I'm so buzzing to see where this goes. I just think today has just been an absolutely incredible masterpiece in content. I've loved it. There was a few. We had it all right. We had some carnage and unsafe rejoins. We had some incredible driving and moments. Like I feel like we've just had it all. With kind of has encapsulated racing this race, and up until that last couple of corners battle between 4 drivers. Like I just don't think I will appreciate just how good this sort of race was until I look back at another time. Incredible.
It certainly is, and it was lovely to speak to all of the guys that finished on the podium, and congratulations to everybody that started that race. Special shout out to Safso, race number 60 for himself, the highest of any Creator Series driver.
That's amazing. Good on him, as he was our Season 1 champion, so that sounds about right. He's been able to stay here the entire time, and you know what? He ain't going anywhere soon. What a guy, what a guy. Remember, guys, if you want to get involved in the Creator Series, please follow us on social media, on YouTube, on Instagram, on X, on TikTok. Share your favourite moments, what you did like, what you didn't like. Let us know. Get involved as well in our Discord, and I'm talking to you, future content creators. You can have a chance to get involved in this as well. Wait for the end of the season, join the Discord, get involved, sign the application form, and you could be seeing yourself next year, or next game, sorry, with people like us screaming about how you're making banging moves and turn 9s and 10s. That could be you. Get involved. One of the coolest things I think that I've ever kind of seen in the F1 scene is this Creator Series, and it's just amazing, right, TK?
Exactly that. I've loved every single second that I've been involved in this from starting. I only started last season in Season 5, but it's a privilege every single time I can join this virtual comms box and call what these amazing creators are being able to do. But sadly, this comes to the end of the racing for today. We will be back on Monday for the WRC. And we will be back next week for China. But for now, it will be the end. So Scott, where can they find you on social media if they want to check you out a little bit more?
Well, if you want to see more of me, especially my F2 pursuits, you can find me on Twitch at F1 Scott and Instagram at Scott Taylor. And it's been an absolute pleasure. Calm Clipbook Scott is out. I've had fun. It's been stressful, but I'm out of here. TK, where can we find you?
I'm at the Mousemeister on everything now. I got it back on Instagram, nice. So go follow all of those. And of course, as Scott mentioned earlier, all of the social media usernames are above for the F1 Creator Series. All the behind the scenes, all the clips, all the highlights. Go check them out. Go give them the follow because it will be absolutely fantastic. But for now, it will be good night and God bless from all of us here at the F1 Creator Series. Good night.